much about this game. It came out a long time ago. Like, I think at least 2 years ago it came out. But I don't play games when they come out. I play games whenever I feel like it. So that's what I'm doing now. This is a work of fiction, so true. None of the characters, instance, organizations, events, or service names represented here are real. Oh, that other text moved. Oh.
진실된 모습을 들키지 않고 두 개의 가면을 쓸 수는 없다.
No man for any considerable period can wear one face to himself and another to the multitude without finally getting bewildered as to which may be the true. Yeah. Oh, okay. So it seems like the voice acting is in Korean, and I'll just read the text even though there is voice acting. We have the interim results of the SMS votes. First of we will reveal which contestant is now on the verge of elimination. So Hye-sung. He is in the 5th place. Flop. Tanked. 0 on the charts. 0 sales. 0 sales on Inkigayo. But this interim result, he is in the bottom. It seems that his history of violence at school has kicked up a bit of backlash. Oh, he's Kim Garum from Le Seraphim. They're gonna make a 2023 version of whatever song he does. You shine bright every day, I vote for you. Squeaky clean from now on. Can't have another scandal when you're sitting in jail. We will help you make your debut in MMA. So true. And 4th place is Do Yoon Han. Do Yoon finished 2nd to last to take 4th place. Many consider him to be a betrayer for deserting his own band members to advance to the finals. So true. Why would he do that? Let's admit it, Do Yoon carried his band's Masquerade by himself. Stop trolling, noobs. You really think Do Yoon wrote all those songs by himself? He just took advantage of his bands and then abandoned them to hoard all the fame. Wow, it's all about good looks these days, lol. Handsome guys still gain fans no matter what they do and whom they betray, lol. I've rooted for Do Yoon since his debut and now I'm done with him. What a cold-blooded asshole. Does he even feel anything when he sees Taehee crying? That's crazy. He's just nasty. This negative impression means that he's struggling badly in the viewer vote. But please keep in mind that the current ranking is just an interim result. The only way to save your favorites from elimination is by voting for them. Now here come the top contestants. Oh In-ha leaped to number 3 on the list. She's a daring character at the center of attention. In-ha is shining bright today. I love you, girl, with all my heart. My heart is pounding. Stop trying to fake it, snob. You're so beautiful. In-ha, oh, I persuaded all my friends to vote for you. Is she deliberately losing or incapable of gaining self-control? She's one of the top 3 in terms of bad personality, along with Do Yoon and Hye-sung. The viewer reaction to her has been extreme. People either love her or hate her, but we will see how her online and offline fandom will influence the results. Well, she's top 3, she's doing fine. Finally, we have 1st and 2nd places. Coming in 1st in the interim results was taken by Gyu-hook Lee, the only son of Byung-hee, the late singer-songwriter who was a national treasure. Yes, Gyu-hook came out on top in this interim vote. Gyu-hook's voice is so sweet. I want to hear it every day. Such a beautiful tone. This show isn't worthy of his talents. He inherited great DNA from Byung-hee Lee. Gyu-hook is going to be the winner. His performance is on another level, lol. I think he's just trying to get a lot of attention before making his debut. This show is, what's the word? There's not a separation for the female and male contestants in this show, which is so true. Tear down the gender binary, but this nepotism baby man is competing with a woman who all the fans say is fake. So we see the impacts of misogyny already. Viewers showed overwhelming support for Gyu-hook for his gentle nature and the talent he inherited from his father. Will he be able to maintain his incredible momentum? As a result, 2nd place goes to Joo Young-min, who has always owned the stage despite her thorny past. Even her panic attacks can break her spirit. That's crazy! Why would they put her on blast like that? Why would they say that? They said, even her panic attacks couldn't keep her back. What the fuck? If I'm on a competition show and the announcer's like, you know, he's been doing great, but he has general anxiety and bipolar disorder, girl, I'll beat you up backstage. That's so fucking crazy. Run, Joo Young, run. Run, Joo Young, run. Run, Joo Young, run. You're not supposed to appear on something if you have a guilty conscience. So lovely. I'm looking forward to listening to the songs from this episode. Can't wait. Panic attack my ass. What a fake. Drop that mask, girl. She's always been like that, pretending to be beautiful, begging for sympathy. Don't fall for it. So true. Hi, how's it going? I'm doing so good, Waddle. How are you? These top 5 contestants survived the fierce competition and made it to the finals. Good, that's so good. How's your Thursday night? Oh, is it Thursday? No, it's Friday morning. How's your Friday morning going? There's only going to be one winner, so you can't give up or hesitate. This is a survival game. You either survive or perish. It's alright, another normal day. How about yours? You know, you need those normal days. You need normal days so that abnormal days feel different. My day is also pretty fine. I had plans and they all got canceled, so now I'm sitting on Twitch TV, streaming myself playing this game that I wanted to play for a while, but I'm having fun. Season 4 had the highest ratings and vote count in the history of the franchise. So which contestant do you think will claim the throne of honor and riches? Buried Stars is a survival audition where you will see hidden talents blossom. Sad face, I know, Ray. I had like so many plans. I finished my last final exam of undergraduate education today, and everybody was like, yes, let's go out tonight. And then everybody was like, never mind, I'm not feeling good. So, you know, we end on a whimper, we don't end on a bang. What's this game all about? What did I miss? It's like basically like American Idol, but it's like an idol show. So it's like all these people are competing to be the #1 ranked idol, and you know, I just started the game, so I don't know that much, but it's that type of format. Doyoon beat down on his lip. I'm on live TV. I need to keep my face straight. Betrayer. Why don't I just give up now and reveal the truth to everyone? It's like Danganronpa do. Oh, okay. Something's happening. What is going on? I thought this was a classy party. Someone like me, I'm throwing myself underneath these lights. I'm throwing myself under the lights and I'm getting that lawsuit money. Like, oh, you will be paying me. You will be paying me $700 million because a light fell on me when the stage collapsed. Doyoon, you don't mean this, do you? Has this been your intent all along? Han-Doyoon? We don't have time. 시간이 없어. It's Japan, right? I would probably assume it's an earthquake. It's South Korea. But I'm pretty sure earthquakes are common to that region as well. So yeah, some natural disaster just occurred, and I guess we're having some type of past life regression now. Stop trying to put together broken pieces. This is the time to test your true potential. Think wisely. I'm giving you a chance. So, what's your answer? I don't know about South Korea's positioning relative to fault lines and earthquakes. I don't know either. I said that, but I don't know either. Is this the South Korean game or is it just set in South Korea? I actually do not know that either. I'm going to assume that it's a South Korean game because the voice acting is in Korean. So I feel like, you know, the lengths that they would have to go to if they were not a South Korean company to get Korean voice acting would be pretty extreme. But it could be. What do you expect me to do?
좋게 봐주시는
Thank you
건
for holding me in
감사하지만
high regard, but I can't do that.
동고동락했던 밴드를 저버리고
Many consider him to be a betrayer for deserting his own band's members to advance to the finals.
한도윤
You know, everybody's in it for themselves. They can't blame him for doing what he had to do. Oh, did he fucking get impaled? He just groans like he got impaled. Doyoon opened his eyes, but he couldn't see anything. He could only feel his eyes blinking. Still alive. Yeah, heavy breathing. Doyoon bumped into something as he slowly stretched out his body. He realized he was trapped in a narrow space. Fortunately, he wasn't pinned or injured, but the thought of his small fortune did not last too long. Is Kyu-hyuk okay? What about the audience and the staff? How long was I knocked out for? There was no way to find out. Okay, a lot of groaning noises so far. His senses were slowly recovering, but the intense pain forced out a groan. His trembling limbs were filled with goosebumps. He never imagined that his end would look like this. He couldn't even think of blaming anyone right now. A cold sweat rolled down his cheek, snapping him out of his thoughts. Kyu-hyuk. Hope he's safe so that he can tell the others that I sacrificed myself to save him. That Do-yoon Han is not just a betrayer.
한도윤 이 배신자
Do-yoon, you betrayer. Do-yoon squeezed his eyes shut. Do-yoon. Do-yoon was startled by the voice and banged his head into something.
형
Kyu-hyuk.
규혁이 형
Is that you? See, they're translating older brother as just the name. Like, he was like Kyu-hyuk there, but he said Hyung, which is older brother. See, I know like 10 Korean words, but me acting like I know. I can hear you. Do-yoon, hang in there. He must be down here. The voices drew closer. The blinding light pierced his eye as he was pulled up.
괜찮아?
You alright? Damn, you need to back up.
형,
Get away from me.
무사해서
Please
다행이야.
back up, please. And also, like, damn, we see them. Please give him brown contacts. I'm shaking. I'm shaking. Whatever he said, I skipped the text on accident. If it wasn't for you, PM 11:10, the beginning. Okay, it's taking place at 11 p.m. Do-yoon Han, the bassist of the indie band Masquerade. He joined the audition show with his band, but he alone made it to the finals. For this, he has been dubbed the Betrayer. Okay. A performer who has consistently topped the charts since the preliminaries. He's the son of legendary singer Byung-hee Lee. See, okay, we have a nepotism baby so far, and also they were like, he betrayed his bandmates to make it to the end. It's like, it's a competition show. You can't expect that he's gonna get eliminated for his bandmates. This is crazy. Maybe I'm missing context, but I'm like, it's every man for himself. No? No? What's the point of a competition show if you're gonna get people for like betraying their bandmates, for not like giving them up? Profile is a personal or past story about a character. You can get profiles in many different ways as you play. He really is close. Like, if you zoom this out, our body's got to be like touching. So true. Like, please back up. COVID, 6 feet, please. The bassist, what do you perform as a solo bassist? Great question. He has to be like a vocalist too.
괜찮아요?
Do-yoon, are you okay? I need to diversify their voices. Okay, this is the player character, so this is me.
당신들은
Seil, glad to see you're safe too. Are you hurt? Seil is a floor director for Buried Stars. He helps the producers do various jobs around the stage and knows all of the finals contestants. Oh, we made it to the finals.
괜찮은 것 같아요.
I just blacked out for a second, but I'm fine. The stage managed to stay intact, but it was still close. We passed out again?
도윤아,
Do-yoon,
조금
I'm just feeling a bit dizzy. Do-yoon turned his eyes towards the stage while letting out a painful groan. What the? Damn, we got fucked. The stage is completely demolished. He couldn't believe his own eyes. The stage collapsed instantly. Clue keywords include information on the current situation or characters. In communication, they can be used as a conversation topic. See, this is like, a lot of people have described this as like Danganronpa dupe. Like, it's very similar to Danganronpa. And from the little that I know about Danganronpa, it's like, it's an inside job. Like, everybody set them up. So I'm assuming that like they set these people up, right? It's probably like a survival game, but it's like, wow, this was a natural disaster, but wait, it wasn't. As he turned back, he noticed the somber expression on their faces.
형, 지금 이럴 때가 아니에요.
Do-yoon, you need to pull yourself together.
도윤아, 움직일 수 있어?
Do you think you can move? Kyu-hyuk's eyes were trembling while Seo tightly clenched onto his messenger bag. This isn't the time to stay weak. Let's assess the situation here first.
이젠
I'm
좀 괜찮아.
feeling better,
근데
but yeah, gotta be leading us towards some kind of villain. So true. Like, no way. I don't believe there was an earthquake. Sorry. Call me a conspiracy theorist, but starts communication. You can acquire a reaction keyword by talking with others using clue keywords. In communication, you can see acquirable reaction keywords in acquisition state. On the keyword selection screen, you can determine your current rapport level with another person through their facial expressions and speech bubbles. On the communication and conversation screens, you can check your rapport levels with each character. Do we get to date? We get to date in this game? We get to do a little parasocial dating? Oh, I'm seated for that. I'm seated for parasocial dating in this game. You know, they're trying to conceal it so far. There was an earthquake, but me as a video game player, it's like, no way, it was just an earthquake. Okay, let's talk to Kyu-hyuk. This was bound to happen. Oh, suggest. Collapse. The stage... What's his voice? The stage was changed at the last minute, right? Yeah, it completely messed up our choreo as well. Okay, he dances too. They switched to the new stage because it's got more seats, right? But they didn't have to rush it though. Regarding the abrupt stage relocation went too far, it was due to the unexpected level of popularity. Oh, maybe it's got like, you can either be a production bootlicker or be like, production put us in a bad situation. I'll say they went too far. Like, fuck production. Let's throw them under the bus.
맞아.
Yeah, they overdid it. They should have at least double-checked the condition of this location. Relationship up. Rapport is the stat indicating the level of trust and closeness that other characters feel towards you. It will change depending on your communication, dialogues, and choices. If your rapport is high and certain conditions are met, a special event will be triggered. If your rapport is low, a character might refuse to talk with you. Remember that rapport also affects your scenario tree.
그러니까
This might seem like an inopportune place to be starting relationships, but I guess you gotta do what you gotta do. So true. Like, we fell in love in a sinkhole, in a burial grounds. They tried to kill us and we fell in love somehow. So, love finds a way. That's the moral of the story. Love finds a way. I agree. The staff members also had much to complain about.
그거야.
Who wouldn't have? Things were too hasty. Sanity refers to your mental health. It is affected by your choices as well as your situation. When it drops to 0, it is game over. Okay, so true. They would even revise the scripts the night before filming. It was all such a joke. Kyu-hyuk nodded angrily. Yes, and this is the result. They hurriedly changed the venue and expanded the stage for the final round. But did they? Did they really? Can we talk more? No other clues. Okay. My concerns didn't matter.
이럴 줄은.
What a disaster. I already forgot what voice they gave him.
그거 있잖아.
We weren't supposed to perform here.
맞아요.
Yes, they wanted a bigger stage, but people were talking about the bent steel frames and the falling dust. Yeah, they rushed everything, and just look at it now.
괜찮아?
Are you alright? You look so pale. I was opposed to changing the stage from the get-go. Not her, it was an expected accident. To Seo, annoyed by the poor construction, I should calm him down, maybe?
혹시
Are you hurt?
네?
Me?
아무래도요.
Just a little scratch. I'm alright. You must have heard. They were rushing construction to get everything finished before the finals.
너무 나갔어요.
There were so many warning signs. Like you said, the frames were bent and the dust was falling from the ceiling. That's why I told them not to rush it, pushing through to meet a tighter deadline. How is that even possible? They don't give a fuck. They're here to make a program. Like, I hate to say it. If y'all made it to the final round of a competition program and were like, they don't care about us, you might be a little behind. Cause like, yeah, they don't. I hate to say it. I hope I don't sound ridiculous. They don't care. Seo fiddled with his messenger bag.
네.
Well, that's how things work in this industry. The show was a big success.
말하자면
Anything is possible as long as we have the momentum to keep on rolling. They can literally demand and execute any task in a rush. Shoddy construction of the stage foreshadowed collapse. We got all the clues that we needed. After acquiring all available reaction keywords, you can end the communication. If you have unused clue keywords, you can try another communication. Even if it ends, sanity and rapport could be affected. Okay. Well, I guess that's it. Should I leave now and move on? Yes. Communication ended. Sanity worsened, rapport with Kyu-hyuk and Sae-il improved. Yay! The dizziness was almost gone. Do-yoon chewed over the conversation he had just had.
얘기는 다 해봤어.
Yegi는? Is that what he said? I talked to everyone.
조금 정리해보자.
So let me get this straight. Using keywords you've acquired, you can recap the story or decide the direction of the flow. Oh, this is a sanity thing. I'm assuming this is tutorial and doesn't matter. It's like, you apparently like put it in order, but I think you just put it that. There was clear evidence of shoddy construction. The stage for the show was constructed in a hurry. The workers were rushed to erect metal pillars and install heavy lights.
천장에서 가루가 떨어져.
Stuff was falling from the ceiling.
금강도 박고.
I saw cracks in the walls. The contestants and staff had already warned of the dangers, but nothing changed. Everything was rushed due to the terrible decision to relocate the stage.
쫓기는 것처럼 옮겼어.
The decision to relocate was made hastily. This was done to secure more seats for the audience. Even the rehearsals had to be done all over again, and all the objections were ignored.
위에서 강행하면
Who could refuse instructions coming from higher up?
급박한 무대 이전 때문에
Forcing this-
기록한 부실 공사.
I feel bad for cutting off the voice acting. The voice acting is so good. Forcing the stage relocation led to this shoddy construction.
붕괴 침사는 시간 문제였어.
It was only a matter of time until this happens. Show executives... Whoa. Okay, if you succeed in recapping or suggesting a proper keyword, you will receive a conclusion keyword. Show executives rushed construction to expand the stage while ignoring all the objections and warning signs. The result was shoddy workmanship. Wow. They seem to have built the Leaning Tower of Pisa. What's something that fell apart after it was built? What's a historical reference I could make? They built the Library of Alexandria, but that didn't fall apart, it got burned. The construction workers here also must have worked on... No, I don't have it. A hands reached out to Do-yoon.
이나 씨, 그리고 다른 사람들 찾아봐야죠.
We have to look out for Inha and the others.
혹시
Yes, and check if you get any
확인하고
signal.
전화도 되잖아요.
You have the phone app.
스마트워치요.
The phone app?
쓰신 거.
Look at the smartwatch that Beastars gave you. Oh, it's a smartwatch. Okay. I was like, you have a phone app? The contestants are wearing this all-in-one smartwatch with various features. The Panopticon by Michel Foucault is a theory where we're always being surveilled and we exist in a jail cell that's in a circle with a guard tower in the middle. And Foucault's theory is that the guard in the middle is constantly watching us, and that is just society. We're always being policed, we're always filtering our behaviors based on being surveilled. And so, you know, this wristwatch that allows us to communicate with other people, that is the Panopticon, according to Michel Foucault's theory of surveillance capitalism. Do-yoon checked his left wrist. Everything relating to the show, including clothes, backgrounds, facilities, and accessories, was sponsored. Okay. And it was mandatory for all contestants to use the sponsored products. This all-in-one smartwatch was one of them. Many different companies sponsored the show. All the contestants had to use their products. Love not being able to bathe.
전화 안 터져.
You got the soul read on this? Like, my mind, how do I get that so quickly? Shit, I can't get any signal.
나도야.
Me neither. The two of them felt bitter.
거기 누구야?
누구야? 누구 is like who. So he was like, who's there? Which is the text, who's there?
혜성아.
예성아.
도윤이 형.
Do-yoon. The youngest among the top 5 contestants with a cute and adorable image. He did well in the voting until a scandal concerning his violence at school broke out.
규혁이 형?
Kyuhyuk
서혜성.
Yesong. How many times are they gonna say their name? Oh, I need to give him a voice. Say, he's the youngest? Say, no, I can't, cause they're, oh, fuck. Say, you made it too. No, that's the same voice. The silhouette of someone could be seen behind the mumbling Haesung.
뒤에는 누구야?
Who's that behind you?
영희 누나야. 깨어나서 발견했어.
It's Joo-hyung. I found her after I woke up. Okay, we'll make him British. Her fascinating voice and singing ability enabled her to make her debut as a girl group member, but she was criticized for getting involved in a scandal at the time.
얘들아.
Women and men are competing together on the show? We have a nepotism baby in like Yoo-hyuk is a nepotism baby. This is unfair. Embedded misogyny is gonna make her lose, but she deserves to win. Is everyone okay?
대체 무슨 일이야 이게?
What on earth happened here?
누나야말로 괜찮아요?
What about you? Are you alright? Yeah, thought I was gonna die. The two of them carefully went to the center of the stage. Why are they going to the center of the stage? You need to get under, like, under something. There was just an earthquake or whatever. You need to be careful. Who is this? Oh, it was when you lose the British ability, it was a close call. Something fell right in front of me.
뒤로 날라서 기절한
Lucky that I
곳에
jumped back.
칼
If I'd
찼으면
have taken one more step forward, I wouldn't be here talking with you.
저 다른 사람들은
What about the others? What happened to everyone else?
가족이랑 관객들.
Our families and audience? And the staff?
미나 씨도 아직 없어요.
Ina is nowhere to be found either. What if something happened to...
야, 살아 있었어?
Good God! You're all alive! A shadowy figure ran toward Do-yoon. Ah, it hurts. She just ran up and punched him in the head? Okay, sure. A contestant armed with excellent sense of rhythm and a great voice. She advanced to the finals thanks to the skills she honed in her dance. When I hear them talk, it makes me think of them as the Pokemon who shared their voices. So true, like,
갈비라도 나갔냐?
they're definitely talking. Did I break your ribs? Stop playing, you know that she's known for the bob. Like, whoa. This girl with her bob, like, you know she steps out and everybody's like, oh my god, I love your bob. You just did, I guess.
다들.
Oh my, everyone's okay.
네 이나 씨 덕분에요.
Yes, thanks to you, Ina.
덕분은 베스타가 절대 안
Don't
나는데.
thank me. Beastars is totally trash now. Beastars, an abbreviation for the show Buried Star. The show is called Buried Stars. Oh, y'all need to start thinking it to set up right now. If I'm on a show that's called Buried Stars and then there's an earthquake and suddenly we're trapped in rubble, I'm gonna be like, there seems to have been something set up, like we have been set up to die. But you know, tension is being built. The tension momentarily passed when Inha joined them.
이나까지 해서 출연자는 다 모였어.
Now that Ina is here, we have all the contestants. The contestants checked on one another. The top 5 consisting of Gyu-hyuk Lee, Do-yoon-han, Hye-sung-so, Jo Young-min, In-ha-oh, and the floor director Se-il-chang. There were a total of 6 people.
무너지기 직전에 대피하란 말을 들었어.
I heard an announcement to a... Oh. Who is this? The left guy? Okay. I heard an announcement to evacuate the building right before the collapse.
관객석 뒤에
There are 2 exits at the back of the audience section.
거기로 다 나갔을 거라고?
Do you think all the others got out through the exits?
그래.
Yes, I guess since we don't see any of them.
다들 나간 거겠지?
So everyone else escaped, right?
잠깐,
Wait,
피디님.
do you think Songyeon, the producer, escaped too? The primary producer for Buried Stars Season 4, she's famous for making hit shows. I'm sure she did. Is Sungyeon still alive? Oh, buried? What could that mean in the best of times? Like, what does that mean for a reality show? There's the word buried in the title. I just don't see the vision. She must have.
천장 쪽이
Since the ceiling is still supported, some areas are intact.
우리 다섯도 무사히
See,
나왔으니
none of us are hurt.
피디님도 무사하시겠죠.
She must be okay too. Do-yoon rejected any unpleasant possibilities. So true.
그러니까
You think so?
여기까진 무사했지만
I mean, we're safe, but
피디님 계셨던 데가 어디였더라?
where was Sungyeon before the collapse? I can't remember.
저기 다 무너진 쪽 아니야?
Wasn't she standing in that totally crushed area? Ju-young's eyes looked anxious and shaken. No one seemed to know exactly what had happened right before the collapse.
관객들, 스텝, 정말로 다
The audience and staff, did they really escape?
그래도 연락할 방법 없을까?
Is there a way to communicate with the outside world? Okay. You may suggest one of your keywords available to give an opinion or an answer. Suggest a way to contact the outside world. Smartwatch. We have a smartwatch with a phone app. Presumably they had 3 seasons of this before this one. We really should have watched those first to see what they were doing to the stars, right? Like, I don't know. I'm doing a little bit of studying. If I watch season 3 and in the final episode they bury them in rubble, I'm not joining the program, but desperate calls, desperate measures. Our smartwatches, we should all check them out. We should all check them. Oh,
그래. 워치가 있었지?
my goodness, we have the watches.
쇼에서
Love
준 거.
rapport farming, like suggesting that we use the one means of communication we have available to communicate, and everybody being like, oh my god, you're right, we should. The staff gave them to us. Okay, no, literally, just keep going. Why didn't I think of that? Oh my god, they all fucking love us. Has anyone tried it yet?
한 사람이라도 되면
All we need is just one working watch. My sanity went up because of I got validation or something.
어떡하지?
Contacts, I can't remember any. What do I do?
언니, 그게 중요한 게 아니야. 119부터.
Ju-young, that's not important. Try calling 911 first.
무사하단 걸 알려야 돼.
Yes, we need to let them know we're alive.
내 건 아직도 신호 안 잡혀.
I still don't have a signal. What about you guys?
누구 되는 분 없어요?
Anyone? Oh, I've got a signal! All eyes were on Ina. They couldn't hear what the other person was saying.
프로필? 우리 거야?
Profiles? Ours?
무슨 얘기야?
What are they asking for?
프로필 어떻게 잘못된 건지 제대로 알려달래.
Our profiles. They want to know why our profiles are all mixed up.
베스트
I don't think that's the most important thing. Y'all have been buried alive. So, once again, start thinking it's a setup. You contact First Aid and they're like, what about those profiles? Our B-Stars
우리
profiles?
키랑 몸무게, 혈액.
Yeah, our heights, weights, and blood types were all mixed up.
구조대가
The rescue team wants to know the correct information. Oh. Well, I still don't think that matters. Everyone quickly corrected their profiles. What about where you are? What is your location? Are you okay? The profiles were edited after receiving the rescue team's request. The overall info, including height and weight, is mixed up. Okay.
네, 알겠어요. 여보세요?
여보세요?
그렇게 할게요. 네.
Yeah, okay. Hello? Okay, will do. Yup. Inha slowly lowered her watch.
뭐라고 그래?
What are they saying?
사라진 사람들은 괜찮아?
They rescued others safely?
무서운데?
Is the rescue team gonna be here soon?
그게
Well... Inha continued with a grim expression.
사고 터지자마자 신고는 갔대.
The accident was reported immediately. I told them our location.
다른 사람들은?
And what happened to the others?
무대 주변으로는 조금 시간이 있었대.
People around the stage had time to escape.
탈출했다는 거야?
So they escaped safely?
관객들, 가족들, 후방 스태프도 빠져나갔다고 그랬어.
The audience, our families, and staff at the back, they all escaped. The most low priority post-disaster emergency call in the history. Yeah, apparently she got a lot of information from that call. She was on the phone for like 20 seconds. What a relief. They all got out safely.
그럼 여긴 우리만 있다는
So
얘기야?
we are the only ones here. Haven't been able to. Oh wait. Haven't been able to contact Sung-yeon. She's not answering.
피디님도 빠져나간 거
Didn't she
아니었어?
escape with the others?
오히려 이쪽에
No, they actually asked me if she was with us. She wasn't found among the survivors inside or those who escaped. Everyone is asking about her whereabouts. She's dead. Let me tell you right now, like, they're introducing her. Either she is the mastermind or she is dead. Wait, what about us? When are they gonna get us out? Juyung interrupted. Ina hesitated but went on.
건물 외벽이
Apparently the outer walls of this building collapsed as if it covered the stage. So it will take some time for the rescue team to get here. See, I just don't believe that. It's like a stadium of some kind, and it like collapses in on itself, and the rescue team is like, you know, there's just too much rubble. I feel like the rescue team is prepared for there to be a lot of rubble. No? What does a lot of time mean? Like 30 minutes? Like they should be there soon. Oh no.
더안 무너지려면 하나씩
To avoid further
해체하면서
collapse, they have to dismantle each section one by one.
야 본론 그게
Cut to the
언제인데?
chase. So when's that gonna be?
적어도 6시간은 넘는다고.
At least 6 hours. Okay, I guess that makes sense. I was like, oh, so they're just leaving us here? But 6 hours, I guess. You know, I don't know anything about rescuing people, so...
6시간?
6 hours.
와, 난
You've got to be kidding.
뜸들이다
What if this whole
왕성거리면?
place come tumbling down? Yoo-hyuk took a look around the stage.
무대 상태.
The stage condition looks pretty bad.
다른 탈출구는
There are no other exits.
공연 다 체크했대.
They've already checked the whole blueprint, but no exits are available at the moment.
구하러 올 때까지
They want us just to hold out until they come.
우리 프로필은 왜 확인한 거야?
By the way, why did you check our profiles? Well,
신원을 정확히 파악해야 될지도 모른다.
they needed to confirm our identifying info just in case. I don't believe that. I think she was checking the ranking. She was like, okay, what happened since we got buried? Am I first? In case there are casualties, they needed the correct height, weight, and blood type information to properly identify each survivor. Feeling burdened by everyone's attention, Ina took a step back.
전화 됐다 안 됐다 할 수 있으니까.
Since we might get the signal again.
바꿔두래.
Wait, since we might get the signal again, they told me to unmute the ringtone.
방금 통화도 녹음했어.
I recorded our conversation. It will tell you the details. Panopticon, why are you recording our conversation? I did not consent. Is this a single-party consent system? I don't want you recording my voice. I thought this conversation was in confidence. The watch didn't play anything. Huh?
눌렀는데.
I thought I pressed it.
저
Something is not working. For the best. I said I do not want you recording me.
뭐 하자는 플레이야?
Are you pulling all legs or something?
똑바로 해야지.
How careless! We can't afford to make any mistakes in this kind of situation. Well, obviously it was a mistake. She's traumatized. She got buried alive. It looked like Ina, the only one who had successfully made a call, was cornered. She'll be fine. Panic doesn't help anything. As to what to say to others who are feeling anxious. Well, I want to be like, y'all need to leave Ina alone, but there doesn't seem an option for that. I guess don't panic is the right thing.
흥분하지 마세요.
Don't get all worked up. Hyesung, you too.
일부러 그런 게 아니잖아요.
She didn't do it on purpose. Oh, so
왜 이나
true.
씨한테 화를 내세요?
Why are you guys getting mad at Ina? I wanted to defend Ina, so that's the option that I wanted. I'd be on team don't panic. Like, let's calm down. She's traumatized. She got buried fucking live. You're all going through stress, but so is she. You guys.
잠깐.
Wait.
내가 멍청한
It's true. I
게
made a
아니라
mistake.
언니도 자제할
Juyun just said what she had to say.
아니야. 내가 너무 흥분했어.
No, I got carried away.
소리 질러서.
I'm sorry for yelling at you. We lost relationship with her because we were like, you need to stop getting her. And then she was like, yeah, I agree, I do. Okay, sure. An awkward silence lingered.
넌 괜찮아?
Are you okay?
언니 상황 알잖아. 충분히.
You know about her condition. I understand her. Oh yeah, in the introductions it was like
있을 거야.
she has panic attacks. I bet she's on the verge of a breakdown. Okay, well, let's not stigmatize mental health now. Let's just because she's prone to panic attacks doesn't mean, you know, we're all traumatized. We all just got buried. Do-yoon had no choice but to nod. They were successful in contacting people outside, but it didn't help lighten the mood. Ina's phone recording didn't work. What kind of a condition are the other smartwatches in? What are their thoughts about the mixed up profiles? Do-yoon decided to raise some questions. Autosave checkpoint. Okay. Communication started 11:25 p.m. Now you can use the memo record, contacts, and setting apps of the smartwatch. Oop, I did not. Okay. You can check keywords you have acquired so far. You can listen to recorded files stored on the watch. You can see the personal info of people and profiles you have acquired so far. You can change the ringtone of the watch. The new ringtone will be applied on the next incoming call. You can change the background image. If you select an image from the list, it will be applied immediately. Okay. So we have a lot of things to collect from here. Smartwatch, social media. Now it's not the time to check fatter. I should talk with others. This definitely feels like it has more moving parts than Ace Attorney and other similar style games to this I've seen before. I agree. I have never played Danganronpa, but I've seen people be like it's Danganronpa. So I'm assuming it's gonna be like some type of evidence-based thing. You like use all the evidence you collect to solve some type of mystery. But I don't know what that means as of right now. Okay, Gyu-hyuk. Do-yoon, I'm assuming we can talk to everybody. I don't think we are like limited to who we can talk to, so I'm just gonna go through the list. What are you looking at? The watch? Oh yeah, my wrist feels funny.
괜찮아?
What? Did you break it when...
Yeah.
No, it's not broken. I just want to loosen up the wrist strap a bit. Okay, I was worried. Oh, that's a little cute. The two stared at the watch on Do-yoon's wrist.
혹시
Do-yoon, have you tried calling someone with yours? Me, I form attachments really easily. As soon as someone's like, is your wrist okay? I'm like, are you in love with me? So, to the question if I kept trying to make a call, Ina already made a call, but I'll keep trying. I didn't try any further. Ina already made a call. See, I trust Ina, but I feel like he's gonna want us to be like, keep trying. So I'm manipulative as fuck. I filter everything through what I want other people to hear. I think he wants to hear this. I'll keep trying. Although everyone in the contact list is here. Me and you both. No rapport? The phone app on the watch could only be used to call people in the contact list. That's fucked. We only get a phone that's useful for 7 people. As for you though, I'm a little surprised.
아무래도
You know how things are for me right now. I'll keep checking anyway. Let's do that since we don't know how things are gonna turn out. Phone app. The watch app enables you to call anyone in the contact list. Its operation is dependent on getting a network signal. That's like one of those child-safe phones. So true. We have like a Dora the Explorer phone. We can call the troll who lives under the bridge, Diego the Explorer, Swiper, or Boots. Like, okay. If I want to call 911, I have to have an adult do that for me. Well, no, I guess Inha called 911. So 911 is one of the contacts for some reason. Do-yoon. We got fucking... Okay. My eyes blacked out while some gooey liquid trickled down my face? What the fuck? We got squirted on. I didn't know what had happened to me. We got the bad end. I made one single choice and I got the bad end, and I couldn't care less. Well, rest in peace. That was Buried Star. Are you serious? I was just kidding. We really got the bad ending? I was really just kidding. I was really just kidding. But they gave me a bad ending for not changing the ringtone? What did you choose? I didn't see, but I was thinking about the Dora the Explorer phone. I just chose... I didn't choose a single option. They wanted me to change the ringtone on the phone, apparently. Current ringtone mute. Okay. Well, yes. Well, yes. Well, yes. Okay. We got a bad ending because we didn't change the ringtone. The illusion of choice within capitalism. You can choose, but you will get the bad end. Do I have to go through this whole text again?
뭔데?
I'll keep trying. The concrete debris fell right before his eyes.
뭐야 이건?
What the hell?
위에서 떨어졌어.
That just fell from above. You nearly died. Well, in an alternate reality, I died.
전화 울린 거는
Hey,
내가
I'm the one who called you.
그게
While I was playing with my watch to see what was
뭐지?
working? It was something to be thankful for. The debris would have crushed him if the ringtone hadn't gone off. The rescue team's advice to unmute the ringtone had saved him. Okay, sure.
진짜 너무
It's too
위험하다.
dangerous here.
큰일 날 뻔했어.
Hi Shufli, hi Spoon Digest. How are you doing? How's your Thursday or Friday or whatever day it is? Are you feeling the weekend vibes in the air or not quite? That was quite close. Everyone looked up at the ceiling with grim expressions on their face. The tension died down as the ominous tremors began to subside. Almost there, so true. You've got this. You've made it this far, you can make it a little bit farther. This game looks so cute. I'm enjoying myself. I haven't done anything yet. I got a bad ending,
도준아,
50 minutes into the game, but it's okay. Many more to come. Why don't you look around? Let me see if you're okay. This guy is a nepotism baby. He is the child of a famous singer. So, you know, maybe I should get all the good conversation prompts so that I can marry him, so that I can get access to his generational wealth or whatever. Considering what just happened to me, I'm quite fine, except for getting quite dirty. As long as we're alive, we need to keep being careful.
솔직히.
Nothing belongs to us in here. Hair, makeup, clothes, accessories, they're all provided by someone else. So true. I guess the watch is the most expensive, huh? I think so, although it's of no use with the empty contacts. The people in here with us, and that's about it. That's what the production crew wanted. To maintain the security of the contestants, to isolate the contestants. I feel like what he's the conversation vibe that I'm getting from him, from Gyu-hyuk, is like he wants us to be like, this show is crazy, like this show is isolating us from people. So maybe somebody else will have to like manipulate them and be like, no, the show is doing the best they know. But for him, I feel like he wants us to be like, this show is crazy.
혹시
Did they want to make us feel isolated? Isolated?
그랬었는데.
We had no idea how people were responding out there unless the production crew tells us. Forced dependence. Gyu-hyuk nodded after a little pause.
아무래도
Maintaining information asymmetry would have been helpful for them to control us, and that's probably why they told us to remove the eliminated contestants from the contact list.
그래서
Thanks to them, I have no one to call now.
그럴 거야.
Inha talked to the rescue team, so they must have her number.
그래.
I should also figure out when my phone gives a signal. Right, Inha's phone might not work sometimes. The smartwatch contacts app. It's only possible to call or message people registered in the app. Rapport event. Okay, we have to get this. If rapport reaches a certain point and specified criteria are satisfied, a rapport event will recur. You can sometimes acquire a reaction keyword here. If you see the 5-phase rapport event for each character, the epilogue will change. Oh, so it's not a dating game. Fuck. So we want to get like the most rapport with each character possible. But like getting 5 rapport with someone doesn't mean that you're dating them. Damn. So close.
도윤아,
도윤.
아직 신경 쓰여?
Does it still bother you? You know.
본선 올 때 일.
What you've gone through while coming up to the finals. We could make it be so true. There is subtext here, and that's all I'll say. Doyoon averted his eyes for a moment.
이런 상황에 뭐 그런
In all of this mess?
아니야.
Not really.
나가는 것만 생각하려고.
I just want to focus on getting out of here safely.
그래. 지금은 그것만 생각해야지.
Yeah, we should definitely do that.
여기서
Just think about how to get out of here alive. Kyu-hyuk looked across the ruins area.
오늘 올라가기 전에도
Okay.
안 좋았잖아.
Difference in art style? You look quite troubled even before you came up on the stage.
힘들어하는 거.
I could easily tell just by looking at you. He was taking stock of our emotions. He wanted to make sure we were okay. Yeah.
그렇게 티가 많이 났어?
Was it noticeable?
몰랐을 거라고 생각했어?
You didn't think I knew? He just knows us too fucking well. Too fucking well. He knows us. I tried not to show it.
인상 구기고 있으면
No one wants to see me grimace.
내가 그렇게 호감상도 아니잖아.
I don't even look likable.
네가 뭐 어때서?
You look likable enough.
혹시
Do
너
we?
자기 포커 페이스라고 생각하는 거
You don't think you have a poker face, do you?
그뭐 조금은 그렇지 않나?
Well, maybe a bit of that, no? See, I'm so chronically single. I'm
그렇다고 칠게.
reading text in this game, in this apocalypse scenario game, and I'm like, you're talking about me? You wanted to make sure I was okay? Okay. Okay, Mr. Poker Face.
내가 널 읽었다고
Let's just say I read your mind then.
내가 무슨 책이야 읽게?
Are you a mind reader or something?
어? 혹시 기분 나빴어?
Who knows? Afraid of me reading your mind?
또 읽어봐.
Okay, he's kind of
포커 페이스.
he's kind of ran through. How does he know to say all this? I don't want him anymore. Okay, I'm wearing a poker face now. Give it a try again. Kyu-hyuk averted his eyes, smiling.
구조대 오고 여길 나가면
When we get out of here after the rescue team comes,
꼭 얘기할 거야.
I'll tell
이미
everyone
네가 날 구했다는 거.
that you saved me.
제대로 못 본 사람들도 다 알 수 있게.
I'll make sure your heroic act is publicly known. Without a word, Doyoon turned his head to see what Kyu-hyuk was glancing at. Kyu-hyuk turned his gaze back from the ruined stage to Doyoon.
너 아니었으면
Oh, now he's close?
난 그때 죽었을 거야.
Without your timely help, I would have died already.
그래서
That's why he loves me.
잠깐.
Don't get emotional yet. We're only half alive in this ruin. Or do get emotional. Do get emotional. We're here. We're here. We see each other. Like, look into my eyes. I see you. Oh, sorry.
미안할 건 없지 또.
No need to be sorry.
어쨌든 그렇게 말해줘서 고마워 형.
Anyway, thank you for saying that though.
감사해야 하는 건 나지.
No, I want to thank you for what you've done.
기운 내서
We'll absolutely make it out of here. That's all it took to get over him? Tough out there. You know, he lost me. He had me and then he lost me.
그렇지.
There have been all kinds of incidents since this began.
그래.
Yeah, it was more than we bargained for. At first they said it was a talent competition, creating characterizations for the contestants and the stage directing that corresponded to it. Unlike previous seasons, this season of the show was tremendously popular. Okay, so the other ones flopped. The production team was ecstatic with the high ratings and all the ads. The complaints from the contestants fell on deaf ears. Sure, all the proceedings were agreed upon with the contestants. They just didn't know it would be this bad.
아무래도
I'm sure it was painful for everyone. Yeah, painful for those who left and the ones that remained.
결국
Digging up dirt on people and trying to corner them. We're all accomplices to this in the end. We joined the show and came this far. So true. We're all critical consumers. Like, you participated in the show, you're guilty.
나도
My height got mixed up with Hyesung's.
맞아.
Did it go out as 170 centimeters? Oh, fuck, what is that? Probably like 5'6"? 170 cm. Cm in feet. 5 foot 6.9, so 5'7"-ish. That was too obvious.
그러니까
The blood type was wrong too. There was discussion about that too.
결국
It's a good thing I told the rescue team about my proper blood type. What about you? Was everything okay?
글쎄.
It's not like they switched it back. I just thought they were indifferent.
맞아.
I agree with you. They were always quick to take action. I wonder why they were slow with the profile accident.
그건
Maybe we aren't their priority. They probably didn't feel like going through the hassle of correcting them individually.
그럴지도.
That might be true. They've never cared about what we wanted. Hold on, all the proceedings were agreed upon with the contestants. We gotta go back to the contract. Did they tell us about this and we just didn't read it, right? Like, the fine print was like, you will get buried alive. The show is called Buried Stars, you will be buried in rubble. And everybody was just like, signed? Yep, I want to be famous. Let's get some lawyers to read our contracts before we sign them. It's a good thing I'm not there. I don't know my blood type. Rescue team wouldn't want anything to do with me. So true. Like, I don't know mine either. I would say it's O, but I think that I'm just saying that because O is the most common. So I would be like, it's O, and they would be like, is it really? Oh, really? Okay, sure. We still have to wait for a long time until the rescue team arrives. See, actually, I heard a story about a K-pop group, a Korean pop music group that was called B-Type Girls or something like that. It didn't translate the same, but in Korean it was called like B-Type Girls or something. And the like gimmick of the group was that they were all B blood types, and apparently it's like B blood type carries like an air of class or like pristine or something like that. And then one of the girls did an interview and she was like, I'm not actually B. They made me lie so that the group could have that image. And it's like, that's so crazy. Not only were they like, okay, so your group is gonna be B positive girls, but also you're gonna have to lie. If you're not a B blood type girl, you're gonna have to lie, because the gimmick is that you're all B blood type. I'm like, So that's a anecdote that has nothing to do with this, but that's what I'm thinking of right now. They're gonna put us in groups based on our blood type. I'm glad most of them evacuated. The people missing, they must be safe too, right?
아마.
Maybe. I'm sure we aren't the only ones that are gonna be rescued. Blood type has some significance in Japan too. I remember character creators in some Japanese games as a kid would ask your blood type. So I'd go ask my mom what my blood type was. Interesting. It has to be something like personality, because obviously it's not gonna change anything physical. But who knows? I wonder if she ever wondered why her 6-year-old was asking about his blood type. See, when I was 6, I was on IMVU, and somebody was like, what's your address? So I asked my mom, what's my address? And she was like, you better not be telling somebody in your game what your address is. And I was like, don't worry. I won't say the exact location, but can I say the street we live on? And she was like, no. And I think about that all the time. I almost got murdered in that time. The two stared at the ruin for a moment. Let's get out of here in one piece, Kyu-hyuk muttered to himself.
그렇지?
Yeah, of course. Rapport increased. Damn, we farmed so many fucking rapport points with him. Let's hang in there until the rescue team arrives. That's my fucking... My king. My king. My nepotism baby king. Like, sorry, but that's my king.
그런 편이죠.
At least you got a watch. Oh, use the default password. The watch, the Fatter account, Anything that's official. You remember, right? I know. Everything is bound to our watch and we can't change our Fatera accounts. Does this mean we have no privacy?
그렇죠.
Panopticon. You already know the sponsor is not the only problem. We're supposed to capture it right away, but I wonder why they're raising the issue over the locked device.
그래.
I already know. There isn't much I can do anyway.
그래요.
It's a little annoying, but that was the deal in the first place. I wonder where I lost my phone. I have no clue right now. Phew, what am I supposed to do for hours? What to say to Seiyu, who lost his phone? You want mine, or do you have a notebook? Well, if he had a notebook, he wouldn't care. But I also feel like you want mine, he's gonna be like, why are you don't want to give me yours. I'll say you want mine.
그러면
Do you want to use mine?
나는
I have no use for it right now.
아닌 것 같아요.
Well, I guess I have no use for it either. It's not like I wanted it. I just miss my phone. I don't really need it. I know you didn't mean that either. Ah, fuck you. The contestants and the staff are different.
그래도
But we're not on the show right now.
네.
Yeah, thank you, but no. Okay. Seiyu suddenly took out a wrinkled notebook from his messenger bag. So if you had that, then why'd you ask? Why were you like, what should I do? Like, use your notebook that you have in your bag. He just pissed me off. It was familiar to Doyun as well. I have this with me. I'll just write down things here. Seal always carries a notebook in his messenger bag and uses it to jot things down. It's the only thing he has now since he wasn't given any electronics by the show.
도윤이 형.
As for you, just take good care of the watch.
그래.
You don't need to stress over it. You know it's my job. We'll get out of here, right? The password for the watches is the same for all contestants to make device management simpler. But individual app accounts and data are bound to each watch, and the Fatera accounts can't be switched. That's a horrible idea. Everybody has the same password? I don't know about that one. I guess we need to pay for them all, huh? Are you saying sponsored products? They are all damaged. The watch, clothes.
글쎄.
Nobody got hurt. That's what really matters, isn't it?
잠시만요.
We'll be out of here. We'll have to think about other things too. I'm sure, like, they have to have some type of clause. There was an earthquake. We got pounded by rubble. They're gonna be like, you have to pay the sponsorship clause back. It was an earthquake. In the computer classes or whatever when I was a kid, they show us clips from Oprah and Dr. Phil and other daytime shows where they talk about internet safety, so I was afraid of sharing personal info online right from the start. I never signed up for MySpace because I was like, nope. I remember what those TV hosts said about that stuff. I'll get murdered. Right? Like, we need to teach our kids to be safe. You know, they're on Coco Melon now. They're not on IMVU, but be safe on either your iPad or your smartwatch on a reality show. Surely there's some kind of insurance for something like this. I'm saying, I just don't get it. Like, we get pounded by rubble and he's like, we'll have to pay back the cost ourselves. I don't think we will. I really don't think we will. I'm not comfortable with it, but it's true. Ugh. Oh, I went too far, didn't I? It's just that I'm a staff member. These things bother me. I understand. But we need to worry about the sponsors after we get out of here in one piece. Seiyu nodded enthusiastically. You're right. Let's think about that later.
너무 나갔어요.
Buried. What a gloomy name. Meaning, dropped under, right? I told them we should change the name from the beginning.
그렇다는 건
From the beginning? Isn't this your first season? Oh, that's... You're right. I joined the staff this
그
season.
말은
I'm just saying that I didn't like the name as a viewer from the beginning.
도윤이 형.
What about you? Do you like the name of the show? Well, no, probably not. Well, I kind of agree with you. Okay. Nobody liked the name.
그거야.
It was chaotic. The last preliminary was a mess too, but Seo turned his eyes away from Doyoon. All the noise from the last rounds, one thing was Doyoon advancing without the rest of his bands.
그렇다고 볼 수 있죠.
The contestant profiles getting mixed up was clearly a production crew's mistake. Some even mentioned a boycott. It's because they made the new guy do all the work.
있잖아.
I told them the profiles got mixed up. Why didn't they change it right away?
그게요.
The staff fired the new guy and posted a written apology, held him responsible for the whole incident.
그치만
But they were short on staff because he was fired. That doesn't even make sense. I'm just glad it's been straightened out. When you scapegoat the new guy, I felt pity for the sacrificed young staff member. Felt anger towards the staff that created a scapegoat. Both of these are kind of similar. I was like, he's part of production, so he wants us to feel something for the staff member, right? But both of these feel something for the staff member. So I'll say anger.
틀렸어.
I was angry. They made him do all the work and sacrificed him for making one mistake. Okay, that was wrong too. We'll never be friends with Seo. Everybody was angry, but they didn't do anything about it. Okay. Everybody pitied him too, but they didn't do anything about that either. But if I said pity, you would have gained rapport with me, so fuck you. Seo's blue glasses glinted. Doyoon felt awkward and took a step back. It's common. I've seen it often. The company fired the new staff member and released a statement of apology. The poor guy got all the blame and became the sole scapegoat. I've heard the reason, but we have to wait for too long. There shouldn't be an additional collapse, so that's true. If they just force their way in, it could get more dangerous. We lowered rapport just for asking it. Oh my god. He just hates us. He's just a hater. Like, he's the first openly hater character in this game. That's why it's taking that long. That's why it's taking that not long. We need to trust the rescue team. I know. The only thing we can do is wait. We didn't even get a rapport event with him. He was like, fuck you, please get out of my fucking face. Okay, sure. Cut from the same cloth for sure, yeah. Single words truly be raising or lowering my rapport with people like that. I gotta be more careful, right? Like, that's crazy. We said like 3 things to him and he was mad as fuck on the internet. He was like, fuck you for what you said. It's like, oh, okay, I'm going through trauma right now. I just got buried alive, and you're gonna judge me based on what I say to you? You're kind of awful. Okay, we're on Inha.
그럴싸해.
It's quite useful, although it's got some faults. You don't really use it, do you?
아니야.
I use it like everybody else does.
아닌 것 같아.
Don't lie to me, everybody already knows. You only use the memo and contacts apps. That's what everyone uses.
이야.
But he doesn't look like the type. So ironic, huh?
어?
What do you mean by ironic?
아니야?
Not just the watch. You aren't good with any of the electronic devices. You even use paper when you're writing songs.
그게
It's just an old habit. Classic, to put it mildly. Old, to be straightforward. Oh, she got her ass. Then let's go with classic. He's not very good with electronics and sticks to using a paper score rather than composing songs on a computer. He's an analog person in many ways. Okay. I guess you don't even know the weird way of using it, huh? Since you're so classic.
맞아.
Of course not, if you would call it the weird way of using it.
헐.
Whoa, that bad? Anyhow, I wish I could continue to use it even after the show. To continue using the sponsor for the smartwatch, it looks expensive. Can you afford it? You could ask the sponsor for that. This is a crazy ass thing to say. Can you afford it? Fuck you. I'm assuming this is gonna be the right one. I hope so.
그러면
Maybe you should ask the sponsor. Who knows? It's already used and damaged.
야.
What are you talking about? Of course I'd ask for a new one. I don't know about that. Ina fiddled with the watch on her wrist.
있잖아.
So what's the weird way of using the watch? Oh, that? It's about the ringtone.
들어봐.
Well, check this out. Ina tapped the watch's screen a few times, and her voice started to play.
그거지.
I can set a file I've recorded as the ringtone. How cool is that? It's okay.
아니.
I'm sure that's a feature on every smartphone ever. Hey, something feels funny. Is that how you're gonna respond after hearing my beautiful voice?
글쎄.
I can agree that it's weird. It's not even that weird. No? Am I weird? A smartwatch ringtone. Contestants can set various ringtones from basic tunes to recorded files. The rescue team requested that they unmute their ringtones. So sorry to Gil-hyuk. She might be my new
야,
my new
잠깐.
dating target.
내
Hey,
눈
wait.
색깔.
Are my eyes different colors?
짝짝이야.
No, they're not.
아니, 둘 다
Nope.
파래.
Both blue.
영 흐릿해서 돌아간 줄 알았지.
It's so blurry that I thought I might have lost a contact. Ina blinked her eyes several times.
눈 불편해?
Do they bother you?
안 챙겼지?
Didn't you bring your glasses?
무대 서는데 무슨 안경을 챙겨.
Wear glasses on stage? No
렌즈
thanks.
없어지면 앞도
I can't see
안 보여.
anything without my contacts.
잘해야지.
I need to take good care of them. Oh, that's scary. Imagine being in an apocalypse scenario and you wear contacts. As soon as the zombies like break your glasses a single time, it's over for you. You'll never see again because they don't have like lens makers in apocalypse scenarios. Please don't speak with your eyes rolled up.
내 눈을 내가 뒤집든 돌.
Hey, I do whatever I want with my eyes.
뭘 봐?
What are you looking at? Don't fall for me. You ain't my type. I'm falling for her. See, I hate to say it. Hope I don't sound ridiculous. She's kind of queen.
예선 때랑은 정말
You know what?
다르다 싶어서.
We turned into different people as we went through the preliminaries. You had long brown hair and glasses back then.
그런 걸 기억하고 다녀?
Do you still remember that?
넌 벌건
And you had red contacts and long hair in the beginning. He had long hair and wore contacts until they were midway through the training camp. Although he felt awkward after getting a haircut and taking out the contacts, everyone else loved his new style. What did people used to do 1,000 years ago? I've always wondered.
생각해보면
I guess they just didn't
다들
see.
많이 달라졌네.
They just wandered around. Come to think of it, we've all changed a lot. She doesn't have this mole anymore either. This is a mole, right? Me touching my monitor to make sure it's not a mark on the screen. She doesn't seem to have that mole anymore either. Even the way we think.
캐릭터.
How do they come up with
어떻게
unique
잡아서 주는 거야?
characters for each of us?
빛나는 재능에 적절한 각본.
They
우리
turned...
필요가 합쳐서겠지.
Oh. They turned our brilliant talent and despair into a script.
그러고 보면 너
You even
말투도
talk
다
differently
그래.
now.
발전상이 눈부시네.
Oh yeah? Thanks for noticing that. Ina stroked her hair gently.
한도윤님.
But I see no change in you.
잘 안 맞아서 그런 건지
I have a hard
모르겠어.
time faking the character.
전문가들이 잡은 모습이잖아. 따라서 손해 볼 건 없지.
It is all designed by experts. It won't hurt to go along with it. See, even being on the program, I'm sure it doesn't matter if you resist it or not. Change means evolution, which is good, right?
좀 불편한 것만은 사실이지.
I'll say it is an unfit evolution. Ina stared at Do-yoon disapprovingly. Slay! Hi Sonic and FNAF 787, how's your night going? Night, morning, whatever time it is for you. This show isn't set up to show our true selves, Mr. Hard Rocker. She cut her own long wavy hair. She normally wears round glasses but takes them off when she's on stage. She also wears blue contact lenses. So true.
그렇잖아.
But we have to take it off and return it later.
맞아.
That was the agreement. I don't like how they gave us all the same password. Goes to show how determined they are to take the watch back from us.
그거야.
We borrowed it, so
뭐
yeah, it's not like we're big celebrities. I thought they wanted us to have it at first. How disappointing. They regret it when I make it big time.
저기
Let's get out of here first. What game is this? It's called Buried Stars. Basically, they were on a competition program to find the best singer, and then some type of natural disaster happened, and now they're buried in a stage of some kinds. Buried stars, B-stars, what a name.
한도윤.
Doyun, do you know what buried means? Do I know what buried means? What do you mean? Come on, the meaning of our show's name. 3, 2,
그건
it means diamonds in the rough.
야,
I'm not asking you because I don't know the answer. Literally, it means to bury something. You should have told me that in the first place. Why are you asking me that? I wanted to say something about it. Are you trying to say that we've actually been buried?
헐.
How did you know?
그렇지?
I just guessed. I mean, if the show is called Buried Stars, and then you get buried, I feel like my first thought would be like, oh, this is a setup. They buried us. They want to kill us. What is this? Tell me, what is it?
말이 돼?
My weight has gotten mixed up with Juyoung's, and the blood type with Haesung. We're about the same weight.
어?
How much do you weigh? Rude.
그거는
That's a dangerous question. To be honest, people didn't even know about the mixed up profiles. Things have gotten worse because of Haesung and Gyeohyuk.
그랬었지.
Gyeohyuk's height was displayed as 170 centimeters,
맞아.
whereas Haesung's was 180 centimeters. It was chaotic. It was probably one of the 3 most ridiculous incidents that happened during V-Stars. The profiles getting mixed up, somebody being declared as 180 centimeters instead of 170 centimeters. First world problems. Like, what's not clicking? Y'all are buried alive and y'all are like top 3 most ridiculous incidents when the profiles got mixed up.
그렇지?
It was obviously wrong. I would freak out if this happened to me. It's so true. Like, I think about what I would do in apocalypse scenarios all the time. I would not be good. I would not do good at all in apocalypse scenarios. Exactly. They ignored it when we asked them to fix it. The viewers went crazy when it was broadcast. Yeah, it was a mess. It's like you have to have some type of will to live in these apocalypse scenarios. And I'm like, when the world is fucked up, when everything is fucked, I don't know if I want to live in that world. I'm like, I'm good with dying. Is dying that bad? I don't think so. The new guy was the only one who got fired. He was sloppy but diligent. I can't believe that was the best they could come up with, to fire the new guy.
그래도
It worked out for him since he didn't get buried with us. Or did he? The two stared at the wreckage silently. Yeah, nothing in life is certain.
애매한데.
Why didn't the recording work earlier?
혹시
Is it completely broken? Ina tried operating the watch but gave up shortly.
모르겠어.
I don't know. Something must be broken again. Is it an app issue again? The phone worked, right? I could reinstall it, but I'm not touching it for now. We can't even use data. What about yours? Does it work? Toyun tried using his watch. No sound was being recorded. Welcome to the club. What's the problem? I don't know. We've been wasting our time. We don't need that function. You already contacted the rescue team. I would say this one? I don't even know.
그래도
We contacted the rescue team. That's something. Yes.
그거지.
Wow, are you trying to cheer me up? I'm rather relieved.
아니
What are you saying? Although we won't have to record anything as you pointed out, we don't know how long the phone's going to work either.
그건
We should be fine as long as other people continue to check it out. Inha looked at her watch again. What a shame. I've been recording vocal warm-ups.
이
Recording new files doesn't work, but the files already recorded are still in there, right? Oh, you're right. Thank God. I have to use them again when I get out of here.
맞아.
After we make it out of here safely, you should be able to use them again. Yes, let's hang in there until the rescue team comes. An app for recording sounds. It can be used for things like vocal monitoring, ringtones, etc. But the instability of the app means that sometimes it needs to be reinstalled. Okay. Sure. What do we have so far?
그건 뭐야?
설명부터 듣고 누른
녹음?
줄 화면이 됐다시만해요. 안
저희 맘대로 무대에 차고 나와서 광고 좀 해달라는 거잖아.
요따만한 거 차고 나와 억지로라도 보게 시킬 건데 그럴 건 하긴.
키 얘기하지 말랬지.
야, 치겠다.
닥치는 건 어때?
Damn. It gets
그러면
rowdy in the practice
녹음
rooms.
어떻게 꺼?
By the way, how do I turn off the recording? Okay. You've been recording this?
저기
You'd better just delete our conversation. You must. Yeah, so true.
아,
Microphone check 1, 2.
마스컬레이드의 이로 좋아하는 것을
너에 대해서 얘기해달라.
미션이잖아.
아
이런 까 언제 눌렀어?
규혁이 형이 되물어보.
자 그럼
미션 까먹었단 얘기를 숨기려.
그럴 리가요.
뭔가 단호해.
부드럽게
어쨌든 이
뭔가
단호해.
Okay. First one, they were doing some sponsorship shit. This one, who knows? Okay. We can't do anything else so far. Okay. On to Hyesung. It's a good thing we have this at least. Isn't it broken? That's a horrible thing to say. They might ask me to pay for it if I break it. I bet this is worth more than our rates per episode.
그래?
You thought that far?
그래?
What do you think I am? Plus, mine's more expensive. Really? Why are you the only one with the latest model? You're kidding, right? This is the same. He probably wants this one? You're kidding, right? Fuck!
얼씨구
What's with this old-fashioned reaction?
봐봐.
I guess he wanted us to like listen to him, to be like, oh really? That's what you said? See? This is how it works. Look this. Hyesung began to take photos of the stage. This watch comes in 2 models. The Model C has a built-in camera, but the others don't.
그래.
Good point.
아참
See how unconcerned you are? Anyhow, if I take the photo, it's uploaded on the cloud automatically. How convenient is that? I don't even know. Do you now understand why I've been treating it like the apple of my eye? The camera automatically uploads photos to the cloud. Of the contestants, only Hyesung, who has the flagship model of the watch, has this app. Damn. Oh, they're probably gonna kill him at some point. He's gonna die. 100% he's gonna die, because then we're gonna have the camera feature. Isn't it weird? From head to toe, everything's borrowed from someone else. Only thing that's mine is my body.
그럴까?
That's sad. Do you think it's sad when they dress you for free?
아참
You're not star material.
글쎄.
Well, it's different for everyone.
아이고
I just don't understand. How can this be sad? Hyesung, his eyes blurry, adjusted the sleeve of his jacket. Well, let's suppose it's different for everyone as you put it. But if you're so uncomfortable with the products, you shouldn't have joined the show, right? He kinda got us. I hate to say it, like,
아참
you're right, a little bit. I've seen all kinds of ridiculous situations since joining B-Stars. Not just me, you've been through all kinds of stuff too, right?
그랬지.
I felt like I was on a roller coaster. You must feel the same.
어?
Me? Yay.
그래
You're right. There were some happy moments and I learned many useful things, that's for sure. But there were also things I wish I didn't know. Wish you didn't know?
저기 그게
Something that makes me feel like an adult. What does that even mean? You wouldn't understand even if I told you. That's sad. Being forced to grow up quickly to be in the spotlight. I like the height they reported as mine. 108 cm, my dream height.
혹시
Was that the only thing that was mixed up? My blood type was changed from AB to O.
그건
Blood type, that's also important.
아니지
It's not like we'll need any blood transfusion here. You worry so much. We might. We got buried alive. They should have sorted it out right in the first place. The comments, message boards, entertainment program, news, criticism everywhere. I was so embarrassed. They kept mentioning my height.
그래?
You saw that? I thought the production crew told us not to pay attention to that stuff.
그래서 뭐?
Who cares? I just wanted to see what the fuss was about. I have powerful people behind me, you know? They made their employee a scapegoat for that and quickly covered up the issue.
그래도
Are you talking about the new guy?
생각해봐.
They couldn't just cover it up. I guess that's why people from high up came up with your decision. Decision? Don't give me that face. Do you want Sungyeon to quit then?
나 참.
Doyun, this is B-Stars. If you aren't popular or you don't have any leverage, you'll be eliminated. Who am I kidding when I'm in last place? He's trying his best. See, I forgive him. Forgive Hyesung. He's trying his best. He's a child. Most of the people seem to have escaped. And the audition ended in smoke. Aren't you worried about the people who came to see you? Friends? Family? No one came to see me, so what's to worry?
나 참.
That face. No one came to see you either, right?
그랬지.
No, but
생각해봐.
we're both on our own. We should just look to the future, am I right? The show will continue when this is over. Sungyeon will make sure of it.
그렇다니까?
So you should start thinking too, when everyone's spacing out. People like us should never let a good crisis go to waste. Oh, that was crazy. That was one crazy ass thing to say. People like us should never let a good crisis go to waste? Okay, Aristotle.
그러고 보니
It's a good thing we have this at least. There's nothing on it, not even any phone numbers. I know, they cleared out the contact list. There's no one on your messenger? I feel like we should listen to her and be like, let me check. Let me check.
어,
Let me check. Doyun checked his watch again. How does it look?
그게
There's nothing much. All of our contacts were cleaned out at the same time. You can only send messages to someone in the contact list.
괜찮아요?
Doyoung, are you alright? You need to hang in there. Fuck, we lost rapport. People don't like it if you say you've checked already. They want to see you check, right? Like, they want you to do what they've told you to do. Everybody's like, wow, we have no freedom of choice in this reality. But then, when you choose not to check something, they're like, no, you need to check it. I can take care of myself. I thought you found something, so I'm a little disappointed. Oh. Seeing the flustered look on Doyoun's face, Chewing patted him on the shoulder. When someone calls and asks if I have something I know I don't have, I still say let me check and just stand there for 30 seconds before answering. True. It makes them feel better. It's like, are you sure? Well, yes, I'm sure, but I'll check for you if you want me to check. If you wanted me to check, you should have been like, can you check? Because I would have checked in that situation. But if you leave it to me, who knows what I'll do? I know you have it rough too. I snapped for a second. It's my problem, so you don't need to worry about it. The app enables you to send messages to anyone in your contact list. Sometimes fails depending on the network status. The watch is damaged. Mine too. Thank God it's not broken. Your clothes got dirty too.
그거야.
It could have been worse.
그럴까?
They were all sponsored. Do you think we need to pay them back?
아니요.
No way. We were in an accident. Don't you remember? There was a clause saying we had to pay for any damages. There's more to the clause. Except for damage caused by natural disasters. Oh, we have to pay it. It was not natural. They collapsed this fucking stage. There was?
그게
Yeah, I read that part carefully.
저기
There's a performance with Masquerade where we have to rip up our clothes if we made it to the final together. Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have laughed. They rip off their clothes? Okay. Strange, huh? Who cares about sponsored products now, huh? I know. At first, I was just dumbstruck, but now I'm worried about everything. Well, nothing's more expensive than our life. So true, Queen. She's a philosopher. She does a little bit of philosophy from time to time. Everyone's worried about paying. Like, they're literally putting our lives at risk. Why are we not talking about suing them? So true. When we get out of there, the contract isn't going to be like, well, you have to pay for the sponsorship. It's going to be like, oh, so you tried to kill us. So give me some fucking money. This is the worst. Also, he was like, I read the contract carefully. So maybe that means that, you know, there isn't a clause in the contract that's like, we will bury you alive. But I feel like, I don't know. Who knows? I'm sure this wasn't intended. Jung drooped her head.
그때
There had been a lot of fuss when Sungyeon took charge of the new season. I did read it in the news, although it's different from experiencing her firsthand.
그래.
Some things you've just gotta try to figure out.
그랬었는데
She said that she would draw out the potential in us, and that we should endure anything in order for her to do that.
그치만
She's not completely wrong, but... No, it's nothing. Never mind. Rapport event! So true. We got a rapport event with the nepotism baby, her, and Inha. Doyoon.
밴드 애들하고
You're gonna call your band's members, right?
네?
Huh? Why are you asking me that?
오지랖 같겠지만 늦지 않게 하라고 말해주고 싶었어.
I usually don't comment on other people's business, but in this case, I think you should before it's too late. Jooyoung ran her hands through her long hair.
난 빌어부드 나가면서 멤버들하고 연락 끊었었거든.
As I left Beloved, I didn't contact any of my team members.
말없이 나갔다는
So it is true that you left without any explanation.
민망하게도
I felt shameful and sorry, and there was no going back anyway.
딴에는
I thought it would be better to talk to them after things were settled.
진정돼서 연락한 건
So when did you
언제였어?
contact them? Jooyoung fell silent for a moment.
안 했어.
Never.
그 뒤로 한 번도요?
Never. Not even once. That's right.
몇 년이나
But it's been years.
시간이 지나니까
As more time passed, it got more
못하겠더라고.
difficult to contact them.
상처를 들쑤시는
I was afraid I might
분들일까
bring
봐.
up their painful memories. Jooyoung lowered her head, looking pale.
정말 열심히 했는데
We practiced really hard. We were sincerely committed to our future.
했었는데 영원히
I haven't told them we'd
같이
be
하자고
together
했던
forever.
때가 있었어. 내가 깬 거지.
Then I screwed it all up by
먼저
abruptly leaving them.
떠나버렸으니까.
멤버분들한테도 연락 안 왔고
And none of them called you to ask why?
실망했겠지.
No. They must have been disappointed. I understand them.
그래서 예선
Is that why they did an interview during the preliminaries?
얼굴 가리고
Oh, the interview
나왔던
with
거
one of
맞아?
them, with a mosaic applied to her face?
옛 동료라고 나왔던
Yes,
거.
that one.
맞아요.
She said she was your former team member.
날 서 있었지.
She was very pointed,
받아들일 수
and I must
없지.
take it.
차일피일 미루다
I
그렇게
kept
된 거야.
procrastinating to make the call, and that was the consequence.
내가
It's all because I ran away from them. Jooyoung shook her head and her long hair ruffled.
베스터 나오기
Damn, there's
전에
probably like
연락해
artwork for all of the people, for all these rapport events. We missed, what's his name, Seo and the red-haired guy, Yesung? It's okay. I'll get it back later. Why didn't you call them before coming up for B-stars?
끼부숴놓고선
Then it would look like I'm asking them for their support after crushing everything.
반응을
I just couldn't find the courage to face them.
그래서 말하는 거야.
That's why I'm telling
늦기
you.
전에 연락해야 한다고.
You should call your members before it's too late. Jooyoung severed all connections with her team members after she left Beloved. Some members criticized her for joining the audition. Okay. You know, you have to do what you have to do. All the personal details got mixed up. But it's still displayed as official. If Beloved wasn't like top of the charts, peace. Like, you don't owe them anything, girl. Don't worry. We've been telling them ever since they were displayed.
나도야.
So did I. They snapped at me for bringing that up, so I didn't even bother to ask them again.
그리고
And the viewers discovered it right away.
그러니까
It's because they left all the work to the new guy. I still think it was harsh, right? Well, she literally was like, I think it's harsh, right? Like, yeah, I agree with you. I'm an agreeer. I'm a male manipulator. I say whatever somebody says to me. I thought they were too harsh. Really? I don't think they made a big deal out of it.
그건
They made the new guy do all the work, but something went wrong. I didn't say anything because he was gonna be blamed for everything.
그렇구나.
You knew? He managed data and did other tech stuff. He even had to deal with subcontractors at times. But then the accident happened, and the show needed a scapegoat.
맞아.
How can the new guy be held responsible? I just didn't get it.
알잖아요.
You know how Sungyeon is. I raised hell not knowing what was going on.
그거야.
It was a natural thing for you to do if you didn't know. Thank you for putting it that way. Don't think about that right now. Yeah, we're trapped in an apocalypse landscape. Like, we're having conversations about the show, which is natural. Like, what else are you gonna do to pass the time? But I'm still like, does any of this matter? We are buried in rubble. Profile data management was solely assigned to the inexperienced youngest staff member. He had to handle not only physically demanding jobs, but IT work and outsourcing. That's crazy. That should be illegal, probably.
그때
I unknowingly yelled at Ina. Yeah, and we lost rapport with you because of it. So, can you apologize? Everyone was on edge, and you have your reason. Reason? Oh, are you talking about the panic attacks? Jung fell silent for a moment. You don't need to concern yourself with that. But I'm having some symptoms though, thanks to this mess. Thank you for caring for me.
만약에
I'll let you know if I need help. I don't want to make this a concept or excuse. Is that it? I think that's it. Okay, BRB. I'll be right back and then I'll progress. And we're back. Okay. Should I leave now and move on, I guess? What else is there to do, necessarily? Keywords acquired 9, profiles acquired 6. Rapport worsens with him. Okay. Oh, it shows the number too. 3333. Rapport unchanged with Hyesung, disabled with Seo. Okay. It's okay. I don't give a fuck about Seo. He's a fucking nerd. Fuck him. After looking at everyone, Ina took a step forward.
저기 녹음 또 고장난
Hey,
사람 없어?
anyone else having issues with the recording?
아까 전화 상태
The way I see it, each watch might have
되고 안
different
되는 게
functions
다를지는
working at the
몰라.
moment. Ina sponsored smartwatch. The model name is BAW32OE. Much like Doyoon's watch, its recording function isn't working. The accident might be the cause. Might be. Probably not. Welcome back. Thank you so much, Waddle.
워치 상태.
Ina is right. We need to check our watches.
그럼 배양하기도
Then we might be able to cope with the situation better. The group continued to talk while checking their watches.
여기까지예요.
This is it. Hyuk sponsored smartwatch. The model name is BAW320E with all functions working properly. I'm probably gonna have to remember the model names. Doyoon, how is yours? Can you tell me which functions are working? I did not check which ones are working and which ones aren't. Fuck. Not camera. Camera, no. Contacts. Oh, fuck. Okay. Messenger. Record. Record definitely. Ringtone definitely. Contacts. Phone. Lock? We'll go with this. Hi Shoofleys, hi Bushy Brows. Hi Josh Bushy Brows. How is your night going? Your night morning. You're in New York, right? It's early Friday morning. How is that going for you? You're at the weekends pretty much, I think, right? I don't know. I can set the ringtone on my watch. Songs saved on the watch can be set as ringtones. Ina was using her own voice as her ringtone. There are people with interesting tastes everywhere in the world.
아까 설정 안 했으면
Thank God you unmuted the ringtone before.
진짜 생각하기도
Otherwise,
싫고.
phew.
잠금 해제는 당연히
Unlock is a sure thing.
다 똑같은 암호 쓰는데 말을
We all
왜?
use the same. We all use the same password anyway. All of their passwords were identical. This was just set to make it convenient for the sponsor when the watches were returned. The password could not be changed. Yeah, it's Friday. I'm hungry. I'm about to order some late food. Eat well. What are you thinking of getting? I'm sure whatever you get, it will fill you so nourishingly. Is that correct use of the word nourishingly? Who knows? But yes, you will eat well. What kinds of songs we got on here? You know, probably some shit from a butt. How are you and everyone else? I'm doing good. I can't speak for anyone else, but the way we got buried alive in this game, and now we're like looking at our smartwatch.
나도
Same situation here. There's no one except us in my contact list.
누구를 새로 등록할
It's
생각은
not like we can add. It's not like we can add new contacts.
뭐야? 너도 녹음 안 된다며?
What? You said your record app wasn't working.
맞아.
Oh right. Let me try again. Fuck. I got one wrong. Doyoon tried recording again, but it didn't work.
도윤아, 되는 걸 말해줘.
Doyoon, tell me which functions are working.
사람 헷갈리게
Come
하지
on,
말아줄래?
don't get us confused. Fuck. We failed. We failed the test. Are we gonna get a game over? Are we gonna get impaled again? We lost report. No, please, 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 please. Look at me. Look at me. This isn't us. Please forgive me. Look at me. Look me in my eyes. Ina, I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it.
다 까먹었어?
You've talked about this before, and now you forgot all about it? See, fuck Sale. Sale just doesn't like me. He just loses rapport for anything. That rapport was more valuable than gold, right? Like, now I have to pay attention to every plot detail in case there's an event where I lose rapport with someone I care about. You don't need to mention the ones that don't work. Fuck you.
미안. 다시 얘기할게.
Sorry, I'll go over them again. So it's not record. It's all of these, but not record. So it's either camera or messenger. But it's not camera, because camera is the only one it's only on the newest version, and that's the only one that. What am I saying? Hyesung has the newest version of the watch, and the newest version of the watch is the only one that has the camera app. So it's all the ones I listed. No, I pressed record again. Ringtone, lock, phone, contacts, and messenger? I think. Hopefully. Please.
벨소리 워치 설정되고요.
I can set the ringtone on my watch.
아까
Okay, we've seen all of this. Douyin sponsored smartwatch. The model name is BAW320E. Somehow its recording function isn't working. These model names, I'm gonna have to remember them, and that's the issue. I'm not gonna remember them. Okay, that's good enough.
세일이는 뭐 따로 가진 거 없었지?
Seiyu, anything else? Everyone check the functions of their watch.
결론이 어떻게 되는 거야?
So what's the conclusion?
나랑 이나는
For Ina and me, recording doesn't work, and the camera only works on yours, Hyesung. Hyesung's sponsored smartwatch. The model name is BAW320EC. The flagship model can take photos. All functions are working properly.
두 사람 전화는
At least 2 of us can make phone calls, which is good.
나머지 앱은
The rest of the apps seem to be working for everyone. Juyung sponsored smartwatch. The model name is BAW320E, which all function working properly. Okay, we got the report back.
다 끝난 것 같아요.
I guess we're done checking the available functions. Finalist contestants each received a customizable smartwatch. All the watches use the same passwords, which can't be changed to make returning them later easier. Also, Fatir account can't be changed either. Oh, we didn't get the report back with Ina though. We only got report back with Seiyu. That's fucked. I don't care about Seiyu, I care about Ina. There was an awkward silence. They quietly fiddled with their watches. I wonder how much you have to min-max for rapport in this game versus how much is just like by playing the game you get rapport. Like, can I get to level 5 without min-maxing every conversation? Or do I have to restart? Who knows? This is first playthrough, so first and only. What's the matter with you?
전파가 터져서
I got some reception and I found out that people are still voting. Even the collapse of the stage couldn't stop the popularity vote? That's crazy. Gyu-hyuk, who was looking at his watch, raised his head and his eyes met Do-yoon's.
진짜
Oh my god, he's so close to me. If you keep getting this close to me over and over again, Gyu-hyuk, we're gonna have to kiss. We're gonna have to kiss. Like, please, 10 steps back. 10 steps back, please. Please, please.
득표수가 변하고 있다니까?
The votes are ongoing.
미친 거 아니야?
That's ridiculous. Why are they still running the vote?
상황이 없어서 놔둔 걸지도 몰라요.
Maybe they just forgot to shut down the system.
이거 설마 순위에 반영된
Could this affect the ranking? Won't be reflected, it will be reflected. I'm gonna lose rapport regardless of what I say. Like, there are 4 people in the scene, regardless of what I say, I'm gonna lose rapport. So who am I gambling on? Hopefully you get there. It would make playing less fun if you feel like you have to min-max. I know, right? Like, having to like get all the conversations right just to do anything won't be good. It's just that easy to get a kiss? Yeah, for me it is. I'm single and desperate. At this point in my life, like, he just needs to be close. A warm body is what I'm looking for, actually. It won't be reflected. It's ridiculous. It may be reflected. It's difficult to say. It definitely won't be. See, I'm like, this is all part of the plan. It's an apocalypse scenario. They want us to compete with each other in this apocalypse scenario. It's all part of the show. The show is called Buried Stars. So I'm like, let's be realistic. But I'm also like, am I supposed to say no to calm them down? I'll say no for right now. I don't even know.
설마요. 착오가 있는 거겠죠.
I hope not. It must be a mistake.
당장
Right?
정리하는 게 정상이야.
It's a joke to continue the voting in this mess.
또 혼란스러울 거.
They must be busy trying to cope with the situation. It will be shut down in no time. The agitation seemed to die down.
한쪽으로 표가 몰리고 있어.
One contestant's getting all the votes. Jooyoung and Ina hurriedly checked their watches. Really?
서울에서?
Hyesung?
어떻게?
How?
와 대박.
이게 먹힌다?
Awesome. It worked. I think it will be reflected, but I can see all the red report that happens if we say that. So true. Having my That's So Raven gaze into the future, all these negative conversation prompts. Haesung, what did you do?
S.
SNS. Social media, man.
영상들 봐라.
Look at you all pretending like you know nothing about it. You know we have official Fat Hair accounts made for B-stars. I'm like, how do you pronounce that? Fader? Fat Hair? Fat Hair. At social media, contestants use the accounts given to them by the show. Accounts for eliminated contestants are deleted. Can be used on smartphones, watches, PCs, etc.
거기 나 지금 살아.
I just wrote a post saying I'm still alive. Haesung posted a comment to Fate Hair via his watch that he's alive and wants more fans to vote. That's crazy. That's crazy. Being like buried alive in rubble and being like, don't worry guys, I'm okay. But your votes are the only thing that can save me. I might not be okay if you don't vote for me. You're insane. There was an accident, but I managed to survive, lol. But wow, the vote is still going on? Wow, then vote for me so I can survive the audition. That's so crazy. They said no one on the stage can escape. Everyone okay? Kyu-hyuk and other contestants? Well, Haesung's Fat Hair can't be an auto-write bot. Where is he posting this? I really don't want to think that someone hacked his account to do such mischiefs.
너 지금 그런 정신이
You found time to write a post like that?
당연하지.
Of course. I'm in 5th place right now. I must look like a nobody.
그런데
But it's not over till it's over. I'm still alive. Just wait.
기댔다가
I can shake things up. Come on, Brit. Yeah, there were too many characters to come up with voices so quickly. Like, some people got the short end of the stick. Haesung put on a sinister smile. Beads of sweat glistened under the light. I can fix him. See, I can fix him. The only character so far who is I'm not feeling is Seiyu, but maybe he's like redeemed in his story. He just irks so far. On the timeline, you can see the latest Fate Hair posts. You can read posts and collect Q keywords. You can read all past posts on Fate Hair social media platform. You can check messages exchanged with your friends and your contacts. You can see the number of votes and rankings by contestants of Buried Stars. You can check the writing interval of the auto-write bot and change the content. Changes will be applied on the next scheduled auto-write post. Oh, so a feature of this game is making posts on that social media. Interesting. Where's the watch? This is crazy. I feel so cramped here. I was told to wait here for at least 6 hours. Oh, save me. Here I'm with Doyoon, Juyoung, Inag, Yoo-hyuk, and a floor director. Is my post making a commotion or something? Well, I might write another post if you encourage me with some votes. TTYL. That's crazy. Like, he's insane. One of my friends in the broadcasting station said the show is likely to continue after the accident is settled, then the current vote is likely to be valid. If the voting is stopped due to the accident, will the currently gained votes still count? If I see some people claim that they rescued the broadcasting staff first, leaving audition participants buried, you know what Kyu-hyuk's dad is Byung-hee Lee. Byung-hee were not dead, all of the staff would have been fired already, lol. Can you see Kyu-hyuk face? Written all over his face saying he doesn't make friends with peasants, lol. I wonder, we probably have to look through these posts for like information to use for like whatever evidence section we have, because we're collecting evidence for some type of trial scene probably, and so we probably have to use the social media for that too. What about Messenger? We have messages. Where are you? We don't. Okay. We don't even have what's his name's number. We don't have Seo's number. I hope he dies. Hate to say it, hope I don't sound ridiculous. I hope he dies.
대체
I can't believe they're still voting. There's a possibility that Haesung may outrank you, Kyu-hyuk muttered to himself. Would you be sad if I got eliminated what's his name? Kyu-hyuk? Would you be sad? Would you cry if I got eliminated? What would you do if I got eliminated? You would be so sad, right? So what does that mean? Does that mean you care about me? Making that post would be a disqualifying red flag for me for sure. Him making the post asking for votes definitely would make this seem like it's part of the show and he's still on a script. Probably. I feel like he's just like an opportunist, right? He's like doing whatever he can. But if I was in this situation, I would be like, why'd you make that post? You're more concerned about that than surviving? Oh, okay, I see. If Hyesung moves up in the ranking, Doyoon will be last.
있잖아.
Our priority is to endure this moment.
아,
I'm sorry, I just couldn't help it. I'm so used to the audition rules. Even in this mess, I still think and talk about the ranking. You're not the only one.
그럴 줄.
We've been trained under the Beastars rules for a long time. So I guess I'm not the only one. Kyu-hyuk surveyed the ruined stage and the scattered people. I'm just hoping nothing else will happen. So true.
도윤아,
Doyoon, you don't have many fate hair friends, right?
그게
It gets too complicated if I have too many friends. I accepted friend requests at first, but not anymore. Have you decided not to touch it? I'm not sure.
혹시
I don't know about now, but if you move on to the next rounds. Doyoon drooped his head.
글쎄.
Well, I'd probably make people more offended. He silently patted Doyoon on the shoulder. Let's stop this talk now. I'm sorry. On to this fucking beast. This evil nerd. This is quite unprecedented. I can't believe the popularity vote is still on after all this.
있잖아.
There must be a mistake, right? There must be a mistake, right? It's managed by the subcontractor. Since Sungyun's not out there, there's no command center either. Shu help, buffalo barbecue or honey mustard? That's a great question. Is this like sauce or is it like a flavoring of like... See, my answer is different depending on the place it is. I get honey mustard from Burger King. I get sweet and sour from McDonald's. I get lemon pepper from Wingstop. What else is there? It just depends. Sauce friend, I would say whatever you're feeling in this moment, listen to you have this answer in your heart. You know what will make you happier than I know, because you've spent more time with you than I have. However, my initial instinct was honey mustard. So if that helps, listen to it. If it doesn't, listen to yourself. What item are these going with? True. What if this is like a pickle? What sauce should I use for my pickle? Well, I would say just eat the pickle. Since Sungyun's not out there, there's no command center either. They can't even close the vote?
네,
Of course not.
말하자면
Things have gotten worse ever since the profile incident. If you want to take an action, you have to report it first. Everyone has to wait for the producer's instruction. If the producer gives an order, you do it. If she says stop, then you stop. Fate Air, the root cause of so much trouble. Like a treasure island for those looking for some trouble.
그래도
I think it had some positive influence too.
그렇죠.
Yeah, for Hyesung it did. Since the legend has begun for the Fate Air star created by Beastars and Fate Air. That's what he wants. Everyone focuses on their own string. It's not appropriate for the purpose of the show. See, I'm like, I don't want to agree with him because he's a fucking nerd. He's a nerd loser and I don't like him. And every time I've said something, he's gone rapport down. So I'm like, fuck him at this point. But I'm also like, I probably need rapport with people just for the sake of like clearing the game. So I should be like this one. But I don't want to shit on Hyesung. Like, Hyesung's excessive use of Fate Air, like, he's real for that. He's real for that. He's doing what he has to do. But he wants me to say this. Get his rapport to 0 speedrun. So true. Like, fuck him. But I'm a min-maxer. Dip a pickle in mayo challenge and eat it on stream. I don't have any pickles, I don't think. Actually, I think I do. But I don't have mayo. I was like, I don't have one of them. I don't have mayo. Add 7,000 followers. Add affiliate. I'll do that. For the purpose of the show, he clearly doesn't fit the bill.
그러니까요.
Right, social media is just an additional element. We're looking for someone with brilliant raw talent and the potential to become a star.
혹시
But Fate popularity could be considered the quality of a star too, right? Affiliate? Say less. Yeah, I could be kind of close to that. I don't honestly know. Sale paused at Doyoon's remark.
아니죠.
I feel like a pickle with mayo is not like one of the most gross food combinations. Because it's like, I don't even know. It's just like the flavor of pickle and the flavor of mayo, but neither are like super overbearing and neither really clash with each other. Because it's on burgers, isn't it? Yeah, it's something like that. It's like, it's already a known flavor combination, so it wouldn't be like jarring. It's not like hot sauce and Oreos or something, I don't know. Seems fine. Like if you buy some fast food items, they probably have both those things on already. True. What's it take to get affiliate? You have got to be really close. It's 50 followers and something else. But I don't know how many followers I have. My followers haven't updated in like 7 streams. So I still have stream follower from 15 days ago, but I've gotten followers since then. Fate stuff is for those who can't compete on their talent alone.
Contestants who are only interested in personal gain, I never had respect for them.
Fate Star, a nickname for Fate Savi Hyesung. At first it was an adorable nickname, but after the history of his school violence was known, it became a humiliating nickname. An average and a certain number of chatters, which I think you've already passed already. Slay. Well, I don't have 50 followers, so not getting affiliate. Oh, we got a rapport event with this dork-ass loser.
여기
Disgusting-ass nerd.
개판일 줄은
He needs to
몰랐어요.
bathe.
I didn't know the stage was so terribly built.
이럴 거라고 누가 상상이나 했겠어.
Who would have thought the stage would collapse? Whoever made that decision, it was a critical mistake. He looked down. Doyoon carefully chose his words.
무사히 나가게 될 거야.
We'll get out of here safely. If the show keeps on going, then
그땐 또 네
I'd like to
조언
get
좀
some good advice from you again.
조언이요?
My advice?
즉석 미션 기억나?
You remember the pop quiz mission?
갑자기 휙
They
던지고
sprang a question on me
답을
suddenly and I
알려줬잖아.
had to come up with an answer immediately.
너 아니었어.
Without your timely help, I would have already been eliminated. Sale had saved many contestants from trouble. Oh, I just happened to know that topic.
큰 도움이 됐는지
I'm not sure if I was of any help.
신기했어.
You were great. How'd you get to know so much?
지식 쪽은
Well,
나름
let's say it was my
빡세게
area of
하는
interest.
대중음악은
I'm quite interested in pop
전체적으로
music in general.
Sale slightly took a step back, adjusting his glasses.
그래서 그쪽 얘기할 때
That's why you looked different when you talked about it.
다른 느낌이라는
Different? In what way?
더 높고
You talked faster in a higher tone. Seo was a totally different person when it came to the topic of music. Me getting on my bot account to follow you right now, thank you so much. It's, you know, it'll happen if it happens. I'm not worried about it. Can I give you some of my followers? I don't use them. No, you need them. Waddle's streams will change the world, I believe. Turn that stream on immediately. His advice was more delicate and easier to understand at times compared to that of the judges.
신나서 떠들었다니.
I must have looked like a big mouth.
왜? 보기
No way, you were just awesome.
정말 보기
Really?
좋으셨어요?
뭐
Yeah, but it's just my personal
전
opinion.
스텝이에요.
I'm just a staff member who's supposed to stay back and quietly support you guys. My producer always told me not to screw around. The glasses cast a shadow over Seiyu's face.
정 내 생각이 중요한 거면
My feedback matters to you, I'll say I didn't mind you at all.
너도 좋아 보였고.
Moreover, you looked happy doing that. Maybe I will stream then? Maybe that was the motivation I needed. Actually, funny story. Someone in this stream right now was the motivation for me to stream. I was in a Bushy Brows Z stream, and I was like, wow, Bushy Brows, do you really like Resident Evil? He was like, yeah, you should play it, Shu. You should stream it, Shu. And I was like, Me stream? Wow. Nobody's ever told me I should do that before. So shout out Bushy Browsy. And you should stream Waddle. Waddle Jr. Those streams will change the world. I see, thank you. CC, you're saying all that now, but when you get affiliate and I sub you, you won't say anything. I won't. It's all new to me. And did you play Resident Evil yet? Sure haven't. I don't like horror stuff. I don't like horror movies. I don't like horror games. Why would I choose to be uncomfortable when I do something? I would rather choose to have fun, have a good time, be happy.
Just another name for Hesung the Great. As the saying goes, live by Fateir, die by Fateir. We should have gotten rid of him when we found dirt on him.
Don't you think Sungyun would have exposed it if she knew about the dirt?
Do you really think so?
Seiyu tilted his head.
도윤이 형,
You're kind of slow.
I guess that's how you made it this far. That's crazy. That's a crazy thing to say.
Didn't you ever sense that Sungyun was covering for Hesung?
I felt it too. She seemed to protect him more than others. She didn't treat him differently from others. I guess I'm supposed to say this. He just wants someone to agree with him over and over again. Like, fuck this guy. He sucks. Well, I can't say I've never sensed it, but... yeah, there you go. Just be his fucking yes man and he'll give you rapport. Fuck you.
You get to see more aspects of this if you watch it from behind the stage. The finals in the top 10, I thought he was just unstoppable. But then, who would have thought he'd be exposed on Fateir, which he loves so much? Now he's facing such strong headwinds, so I guess justice has been served.
그래도
But Sungyun hasn't covered up for him since that incident.
정답이죠.
There's only so much she can do to cover for him. He wasn't show material anyway.
너무 나갔어.
He was making a vain effort to turn the ranking upside down again, but he was destined to go home. Let's see if he's still a Fateir star after he goes home.
Bitter as fuck. Like, what did he do to you? You're not even competing. I could understand if you're competing and you're like, damn, this guy is using social media. He didn't really do anything to deserve his rank. But Seiyu is a producer and he's still mad as fuck on the internet. Like, why? I don't like that Twitch takes 50% of the sub money, so I'd rather people just keep their money so Twitch doesn't get it, lol. Agreed. Like, you know, the little emotes are cute or whatever, but I would rather just make emotes that everybody could use regardless of being subbed or not, because it's like, Twitch is taking that money. Twitch is taking that money immediately. Also, they're like expanding the advertising model, so like, regardless of everything, Twitch is getting paid. And are streamers getting paid? Probably not. We need to be happy too, and seeing you scream would make us happy. Oh, okay. Sure. Have you considered being happy watching me be happy? We could be happy for each other in our moments of success and not our moments of weakness. Have we considered? I don't think we've considered. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, this guy, Hyesung, is like school bully or whatever. Big thing in K-pop apparently. There have been a lot of people exposed for being school bullies. Recently a girl got exposed for being a school bully, and they said she broke a flower pot on another girl's head in high school. And I'm like, that's crazy. Breaking a flower pot is another level of like interpersonal violence. Like, that's so insane. She took that flower pot and went like, whoa. And then she debuted in a K-pop group and everybody was like, y'all need to get her out of there. Y'all need to get her out of that fucking group. She smashed a flower pot on my head. And so she's not in the group anymore. She got kicked out for smashing a flower pot. And I think about that all the time. Like, imagine you make it to your dream, but then it's like, well, you smashed a flower pot on someone's head in high school. So, no. That is some wild karma. Yeah, what goes around comes back around. You will never be free of the mistakes you made. Like, don't think you can escape it.
그건
Everyone was surprised.
I have to try everything. Why are you guys acting like cowards?
그럴지도.
The votes can be cancelled.
그래서 뭐
Then I'll sue the audition.
있잖아.
It's in the contract that we can't take legal action for whatever happens on the show. What? That's no. There's no way that there's a clause in a contract, in any legal contract, that's like you can't take legal action for whatever happens. No. I don't know much about law, but that can't be right. That's what I mean. The voting is still on right now, which means we're in the middle of the show. If they deny it, that means it didn't happen during the show. Then I can sue them. His words were bold, but his eyes continued to quiver. Don't overdo it. For now, the priority is our safety. See, he's a scared child. He doesn't know anything in this world other than trying to debut. That's all he knows. And so he's doing whatever he can to cling to his dream. I can fix him. I can fix you, Hyesung. Please, please, please let me fix you. Doyun, I know it is the priority. But if I come out of here in last place, I might as well be dead. I've learned to see myself from others' point of view. I'm not as talented as others and I've run into some controversy.
알겠어?
But it takes more than talent and strong performances to win the popularity vote. Hyesung recognizes that he has less talent than other contestants, but he argues that something more than talent is needed to win the audition show. Sure? I still got something up my sleeve. I'm going all the way with this. If this doesn't work, I have another way. The last resort.
어?
The last resort?
어?
Ah.
몰라.
Yeah, that's what I'll have. Forget about that. You need to pull yourself together as well.
생각해봐.
What did the judges say? Excellent observation skills and quick response? You got the info. Now get to the point and do it. Does the last resort have anything to do with flower pots? Could be. Could be. Who even knows? Who can say?
맞지?
His last resort was crashing the stage down and trying to kill everybody. It didn't necessarily work, but stay tuned. Watch this space. I must fulfill their expectations. He was recognized for his quick wit during the preliminaries. Many people agreed that he was very good at identifying and solving missions based on the given information. Hyesung raised his head and stared at Doyun. They get so close in this game. They get so close. Like, whoa. I can see every pore on your face. I can see every pore. You look so beautiful in this light. However, I need you to back away from me, please. I'm doing it my way. If this works out, you'll see me for a long time. So I'm going hard this time.
What?
Well, are you gonna do it too? Do you even know how to post on Fate? You only used it in the beginning, but barely touched it ever since. He's obsessed with me. He keeps track of my every move. See, you had a post in 2021, but you haven't used it since then, and every month everybody waits for you. Like, why do you know so much about me? You're a fan. You're a fan. The public sentiment is so negative on Fate
그래서
here.
뭐?
You made it to the finals by abandoning your buddies. Were you expecting a red carpet or something for you? Then you should have added more friends to the list and written more posts. What's the purpose of creating the account if you're not going to use it? Public opinion on Fader turned on him when he betrayed his band before the finals. He doesn't add any new friends anymore and his account is mostly inactive. Do you want me to give you a useful tip?
봐봐.
Listen, you need a strategy when using Fader.
어?
I thought you were writing it as it comes.
아, 참.
Doyun, you're so ignorant. That applies to regular people. We're celebrities in our own way, right? What you need is the provocation if you want to attract tens or thousands of people, including the newbies.
알겠어?
Remember what I said? The provocation, fire up the controversy. Not the time for that. Do you think I can? See, I kind of see his point. I hate to say I see his point. Like, ultimately, the message of this game is probably something like, well, they agreed to be in some type of apocalyptic scenario because to be a celebrity, to be constantly surveilled, it's already like being buried. So the point of the game is probably like the idol industry is toxic, be critical consumers of shit. But I'm also like, we signed up for the show, so we signed up for some level of like self-impairment, we put ourselves in this condition, so we might as well like use the app. We might as well play by the rules. You better be writing this down. You might need it for whatever job you get. So true. Communications major type things. Maybe the reason why I'm able to see the other side of this game is because I'm a communications major and I'm like, well, social media isn't always bad. Hey, practice makes perfect.
나 참.
Nobody's born with a smartphone in their hands.
그건
Is this a band or something? It's a competition show, so it's like American Idol type vibes. Like they're all competing to be like the top star or whatever, and all of them have their own like storylines or whatever. Whatever, just listen to me. Be casual. That's a good starting point.
알겠지?
The character given to you by the show has great potential. Honest thoughts, contemplating on life.
알겠냐고.
Those are stories best kept to books. It's something we as celebrities must endure. Hyesung said that celebrities should use social media differently than ordinary people. He thinks of it like a deal. The fans get what they want and the celebs become more popular. What's the drama? We got like buried alive in rubble, and there's different drama for every character. Basically right now we're all contending with the fact that like we got buried alive, but for the main character, he was in a band and all the members of his bands were in the show, and then he betrayed the band at some point and everybody's like, he's a betrayer. And then this guy is a high school bully and everybody turned on him because he's a high school bully. So, you know, we're in rubble, but the show continues apparently.
생각해봐.
If we do this, we can both find some success. So trust me and try focusing on Fate. I change the pronunciation of that app every single time. We got nothing to lose anyway. The act of making posts on Fate. Each contestant uses their own official account. They each have their own style and posting frequency. He's gonna be mad that we asked him about this. I don't care what they call me.
왜?
Whoa. Why? Do you want to learn a thing or two from the star?
아니야.
That's not what I was. Then what is it? The thing is, you need to be really diligent.
그러니까?
If you can't keep up with the pace, set auto-write properly at least. You practically neglected your Fate account.
그래?
Are you worried about me? Oh, cute.
왜?
Worried about you? Are you kidding? It's just that you're so frustrating. Hyesung looked at Do-yoon, who was feeling embarrassed, and spoke again. Worried about you? Oh man, you don't get it, do you? I know why you want to avoid Fate, but criticism is also a form of love. It doesn't matter what you do. The winner wears the crown, and the loser wears the shackle. Rapport event, we got one! We finally got one with him. Okay,
이게 뭔 상황이야 진짜.
what's all this mess?
별일 다
I've been through a
겪었지만
lot, but this
이건
is
진짜
mind-blowing. Hyesung scratched his neck.
떨어지기 직전.
I was about to be eliminated, but I guess it's not the time yet.
그게 무슨 말이야?
What does that mean?
지금도 중간 투표를
You
생각해?
still care about the interim vote result?
아직 찬밥 더운 물이 가려지나 봐.
Beggars can't be choosers, you know? Hyesung stuck out his tongue and looked at his watch.
데이터 바짝
I thought I could pull up my rank somehow using Fate,
좋은 말만 있는 건 아니었잖아.
but Fate posts aren't always in your favor.
무관심보다
As the saying goes, there's no such thing as bad publicity. Hyesung tapped the watch with his finger.
내가 화제를
I was initially leading the show as the main protagonist, but now I'm like an antagonist.
순식간에 말이
The opinions on
바뀌어, 거긴.
Fate constantly change.
세상사
That's what life is, never the same. I'll need a game-changing opportunity again.
다시 주도권을 잡겠다고?
Are you going to take control back?
아주 놓친 적
I've never
없어.
lost it, and I'm not giving up on anything. Hyesung squinted and stared at the dark ruin.
이기는 놈이 다
Winner takes it all anyway.
점잔 빼면
Putting
나가
on
그만하게
frills would just get me
털리려고.
left behind.
몸이나 잘 챙겨. 무사히
Take care of your
나가야지.
safety first. We need to get out of here alive.
자꾸 그러네. 원래 뭐
Back to
하고
that
있었는지
again?
까먹었어?
You seem to forget while we are here. Do I need to remind you again that we are all survival audition competitors? It's a Monopoly game here. Winner takes all. Am I the only one that's anxious because I'm in last place? I'm giving you advice. Stop being so timid. Our sanity went up because of that. That's kind of crazy. Hyesung says it's winners take all. He viewed social media as a source of his power, but now he looks disturbed after his school violence scandal has spread. Sure. Let's ask him about the Fate Star.
솔직히
But Fate, I don't think I could do it as well as Hyesung.
그랬지.
Hyesung has been securing a certain number of votes with Fate.
그러니까
He was even saved from getting eliminated. You're like the opposite of Hyesung.
그거야.
There's no right or wrong way. There's no right or wrong way to win, right? Hyesung has been focusing on his own method in order to move up the ladder. True.
그럴지도.
You're not wrong. Most of the judges gave low or mediocre scores for Hyesung's performances. Ever since the finals began, he has been securing a certain number of votes through Fader.
그렇지만
But he lost those votes as part of his school violence was revealed.
결국
He was stagnant in last place. I'm sure he was growing restless. Same method for a different situation. Whether that would succeed or not would be crucial to Hyesung. My queens! We're finally to the women. Ongoing voting.
말이 돼?
How can they continue with the vote?
진짜야?
WBS must be crazy.
아닌 것 같아.
With the collapse and all, this isn't right.
아니야?
They could be sued for this.
대충.
Look at the madness in Hyesung's eyes. What a mess. It's supposed to be a show where contestants compete on the stage and accept the result afterwards. This will mess up the rules. Okay.
한도윤.
You don't use Fader much, do you?
그게
Do I have to write posts just because they gave me an official account? Okay, audio write works fine anyway. Hyesung's still posting in this mess. I barely used it, so if I start writing now, suit yourself. It would be weird if you start posting comments all of a sudden. Do you want me to post or not? Just do what you want.
그거지.
Show me the spirit of a rock star. What does Fader have to do with spirit? She's queen. She's queen. I love her. I love you, Ina. I love you, Ina. Oh, Ina, my mother. My mother who raised me from childhood to adulthood. She raised me to be the man that I am today. I love you, Ina. I don't want to argue. Let's ask. Yeah, sure. Everybody's just shitting on Hyesung. This whole conversation moments. I'm an avid Fader user too, but I'm no match for the Fader star. If the audition winner were determined by the number of Fader shares, he would have made it to the Hall of Fame already. But I never imagined he would do such a thing at a time like this. Juyung fiddled with her watch. Juyung? This is Ina. It was to let them know that the survivors are safe, but
애매한데.
it didn't end well. You're right about that. The vote is still on, and Hyesung went ahead with it.
모르겠어.
We don't know how things will turn out.
그래도
I hope nothing happens. Rapport down? We didn't even have a choice. It's too late now. Look around you. Okay, that's it. Okay, sure. Time for Juyung.
도대체.
Why is the vote still on? It might mess up the interim results. They need to stop it now so as to maintain the current. Juyung stopped in the middle of the sentence. Maybe she was conscious of Juyun, who was second to last. The rapport downs without a choice are such a robbery. Yeah, I complain, but it's like, obviously it's just like a type of storytelling mechanic. Like your relationship goes up or down depending on the conversation, and it doesn't depend on your choices. But it also just feels weird. It's like, well, I didn't do anything to you. Me as the player didn't. So don't get your rapport down. Get it back up. It makes no sense to continue with the vote at a time like this. The stage collapsed, the show has surely been stopped.
아마도
I'm sure they'll somehow exclude the votes that have been coming in since the collapse. I know. How are they supposed to vote when there's nothing to see? This isn't right. It's unfair. But I'm not sure if they'll return the vote to its original state.
도대체.
What is Hyesung thinking?
아마도
Maybe he was motivated by how the popularity vote was going.
해서.
Still. Juyung stopped looking at her watch and let out a sigh. Don't you feel funny when you see the auto-write bot thingy? She has 4 fingers. Oh, her thumb is right here. And never mind. I was like Juyung Min, created by AI, but she has a 5th finger. It's just not visible. One of the accounts posted a comment asking for support, but we're here. After all, we're posting comments just like Hyesung. But auto-write is different from writing it yourself, right? Consequence-wise, all the same. Now that I think about it, they're different. See, hate to say it, maybe I'm doing too much of a Hyesung loyalist run, but I'm like, no, they're all the same. Like, auto-write when you're in an apocalypse scenario versus not auto-write, it's the same. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? I feel like it's the same. I feel like it's the same. But, you know, but I feel like she's different than Sale. She probably just doesn't want me to agree. But I also wonder. I'll do this one. I'll do this one just because I'm really feeling this one.
글쎄요.
But the result is the same. When people see it from the outside, we're all posting comments. Well, maybe, if you say so. Well, I barely use fader. That's what I mean. Oh, never mind. I thought I cracked the code. The way fader used to see it, it could just be an excuse. After making it to the finals, I'll get criticized for whatever I write. That's why I've been using it less. I don't think you should worry about what I said. Fader, auto-write, and now this. Let's not talk about this anymore. Everyone should decide for themselves how to respond. Oh, okay, now we have to go through and ask everybody about auto-write. He started using fader as soon as he saw the popularity vote on his watch.
아무래도
Presumably there's enough free ups to balance it out. It just hits you right in the heart though, feeling like you messed it up. Yeah, I feel like, but why do you hate me? Don't hate me, please. It's like imagine seeing rapport go down with people in real time. It would be like, no, wait, I didn't mean it. Please, wait. No, back up, please. I never expected he would do that at a time like this. Jung stared at the carnage in the audience area. Maybe we shouldn't just sit by and watch. To be honest, you surprised me too.
그래요?
Are you worried?
생각해봐.
Hyesung is right behind you. Fluctuating number of votes doesn't bother you? We don't have swing voters like Gyu-hyuk and Ina. If we lose momentum, it's over for us. Jung, are you...
만약에
If other cars ride the shoulder in heavy traffic, I'll follow those cars and get out of the traffic. Interesting. No more clues to discuss. Okay. Read a post with the check mark to get a clue keyword. You can reply to a post that directly mentions your character. Check out a post where the reply button is displayed. Depending on what you choose, your sanity might change, or you could get Do-yoon's profile. We don't know how many died or got injured from this accident, but Hyesung still has time to play with Fate here. Can't help but think that his pure excuse for his school violence was all a lie, wasn't it? Hyesung's violent past has been revealed by his former classmates on Fader. It looks like Gyu-hyuk still holds a silver spoon in his mouth. A nickname for Gyu-hyuk, who is the son of a beloved singer. The nickname was born partly out of jealousy and envy. See, I personally would call him a Nepo baby. The new word for silver spoon is Nepo baby. Betrayer, a humiliating nickname for Do-yoon, who gave up on his band members to advance to the finals alone. This nickname blames him for betraying his band members and longtime fans. She says she's having another panic attack again and cries like she did in Beloved. Her fans will come in flocks to console her. She's free to act in any way she wants. What a loser. That's mean. It was well known that Jung suffered from panic attacks. Jung ran away from her unpopular girl group. No wonder she ran away from the accident site first. A good match for Do-yoon? Run Ju-young Run, a mocking title given to Ju-young by viewers to mock her past history of running away from her girl group. They're getting fucking nasty in these comments. Damn, don't read these fucking comments. If you're a celebrity, you can't read the comments, because these comments are crazy. Sungyeon is famous as a genius producer who made success in every TV show, and I heard her name way more than any other contestants. But now that this thing happened, she can't get away from this easily. Star producer, a nickname given to Sungyeon as she became the chief producer for the new season of Beastars after having achieved success in the past. Damn, we have a lot more things to ask about now. Okay.
그게
I think the rumor about the incident is true. Although I'm not sure if what they say is all true.
혹시
What happened? The viewers are so vicious. True. Like, please be a little bit, have a little bit of decorum, a little bit of couth. Is this what happens on Twitter in real life too? Probably. This is what all the Big Brother cast members go through. All the Survivor people. Do you think Sungyeon exaggerated it?
아무래도
I think so. You know how she is.
그러면-
What do you think really happens? Gyu-hyuk stared at Hyesung, who was standing on the other side.
글쎄
Hyesung didn't give an explanation for it, so we wouldn't know. We all carry out our own truth.
그랬었는가
He always had something to say on other matters, but he was awfully quiet this time. It had a significant effect on the votes too. What exactly happens? We heard one side of the story. The rest is up to Hyesun.
아,
I should think that's a compliment, right?
그건
That's just what people say. The late Byung-hee Lee and
그건
my uncle's family. There are many prominent figures like a government minister, a CEO, a hospital director. People said I was making the audition somewhat bland, and I think they have a point. Many high-profile political figures had come from his father's side of the family. Some suspected the family is trying to extend its influence over the music industry. Nepo baby. By the way, let me ask, why did you have to choose this audition?
뭐랄까?
I wanted to make it on my own. I thought nobody would know as long as I kept my mouth shut.
그거 있잖아.
But it just came out on the first episode. Seungyeon was quick to take advantage of it. I wanted to come out of that shadow. He seems to regret participating in the show. He doesn't seem to regret his participation in the show. He seems to regret participating.
그렇다는 건
Seems like you regret joining the audition.
그렇지.
To be honest, it was painful when it was first revealed. Hyo-hyuk lowered his gaze. He seemed careful in choosing his words.
결국
But I realized it was inevitable. People were calling him by looking at me.
그게
He barely made any TV appearances. That's why people try to see him in you. Some people argue that I capitalized on my father's stature to take first place.
어쨌든
I can't deny it. Other people might find it rude if I said this was painful. First place after first place, Ki-hook was on the up and up under the shadow of his father. If I say I regret it, they'd think I'm acting all high and mighty. Ki-hook's father and a famous singer throughout the country, now deceased, his career spanned several decades and produced tons of hit songs. Down with Nepo babies, that's what I'm saying. Like, they're like, oh, this poor Nepo baby. He was first, but what about the impact it took on him? Like, I'm gonna be so real, I don't give a fuck. I really don't give a fuck. He could do anything, and he's stealing food out of some people's mouth. Like, when Hyesun gets eliminated, he's gonna go home, and he's gonna have nothing. Because he doesn't have talent. All he has is his social media, and his bullying, and his flower pots. When Gi-hook goes home, he's gonna have generational wealth. So, there's a difference. There's a difference to me. I wanted to tell you something. Don't get restrained by the character created for the show. Don't get swayed by what you hear from people around you.
알고 있었어.
I know who you are. Okay, but he's kinda cute. He's kinda nice. He's kinda the nicest one to us so far. Still, once the image is fabricated, it doesn't matter. No matter how the show portrays you, just look at yourself. Just see yourself for what you are instead of what other people think. I know you've been branded as a betrayer, but you should still keep your head up. Gi-hyuk.
괜찮아.
Just focus on people that see you for what you really are. Yeah. When we get out of here, there must be another way. I'm so gossipy. Me gossiping about fucking Ju-young's mental health with these people. Me being like, so Ju-young has panic attacks. I read that on the internet. What do you think? What the fuck? Grow up. Be a man. Do you think Ju-young will be alright? She's a strong person, but
아무래도
we're in such a mess. We just need to hang on for a few more hours. Being first was so hard, like, he acts like he was oppressed his whole life. Like, okay, cry to your mansion, cry to your hundreds of millions of dollars or whatever. Don't even stare at Ju-young standing on the other side.
그래도
Ju-young will be alright. She made it this far.
맞아.
Yeah, let's hope so. Yep, we'll get out of here safely. Yeah, safely.
아,
You're talking about Ju-young.
몰랐어.
I didn't know she made a debut until the show.
그땐
She looked and sounded totally different. I remember the group but didn't know Ju-young was in it. She was furious when that came out. And the show captured that in the footage too. In your opinion, what kind of person is Ju-young? She was a responsible leader when she was in the group, but she was also the first member to leave. As Gi-hook pointed out, Ju-young was the group leader and the first member to leave the group.
아무래도
We all have different personalities. Maybe she's trying so hard as a result of that incident. Everyone wants to make up for their previous mistakes. Yeah, that's what keeps you going. And the show used it as a gimmick.
결국
For Sungyun, everything was potential content. Content for the show, which would eventually be useful. Speaking of Sungyun, my Uber delivery man was kinda hot. He was like a dad, LMAO. I have one story about that. One singular time, I left my AirPods in an Uber one time, and then I like did the thing to like, I left an item, I'm so sorry, like, is there any way that you could return them for me? I was like, you know, what benefit do they really have to return items to customers or whatever? And we didn't talk in the Uber, so I was like, he has no reason to return them for me. But then he like texted me because we couldn't like contact each other through the app, so like I gave my number to the app and then I gave it to him, and he was like, hey, I really want to return your AirPods to you, when do you want to meet up? And then, you know, we did it, we met up, and he gave me my AirPods, and when he was giving me my AirPods, he like he touched my hands in a certain type of way. There was like a vibe, and I was like, oh, this is crazy, like, what's going on? But, you know, my social awkwardness kicked in, and I was just like, thank you so much, I really appreciate it, thank you, bye, and I ran away. So, misconnection, but, you know, I did have one fine Uber driver one time who touched my hand in a way that was, you know, a vibe was there. Doyun, what do you think? Sungyun is... I don't know, not at the moment. She should be alive. Nobody on the stage got hurt.
괜찮아.
She was standing near the stage too. She must be fine. Did you see your Uber driver? He didn't just leave it there? Oh, it's different in New York, huh? In California, they just leave the food right at our doorstep. But in New York, you know, every building is super high, so you can't do that, right? So, you know, you have to meet your drivers at the base level, right? Yeah. We do a little bit of geography. Yeah. I stand by what I said.
아무래도
Maybe.
그래도
But I'm still worried. At the staff and audience, all the staff on the audience evacuated, but nobody has mentioned Sungyun. She made an escape, someone would have mentioned it. I met him at the front door and I was like, oh my. See, there's a big turnaround on like dads recently in public consciousness. Everybody's like, I need a Pedro Pascal. I need a big boy, like SZA said in her SNL skit. And, you know, I've always been on the train. But I'm glad that more people are expanding their horizons of beauty. I also think he was like 6'4", that's crazy. That's crazy. Wow. See, I was talking to someone and I was like, how tall are you? And he was like 6'2". And I was like, oh wow, I'm 5'9". And he was like, oh, you're a small boy. I was like, no, I'm not. I'm average height. Like, but people who are tall, it's their whole personality. So anything under average, I don't even know what average is. Is average 6 foot? Average is probably not 6 foot. It's probably like 5'8". Anything, whatever. It's not our fault you need to join the NBA. Yeah, like Lakers tryouts are that way. Sorry. I have nothing to give to you. Do you want my purse? Like, you want me to give you my wallet just because you're tall? Sorry, it doesn't work like that. For now, anything can happen. Back to him. Okay.
I'm not surprised, considering Hyesung's personality. Petty crimes don't suit him. He's a felony case type.
I think average is 5'8". Let's go. We're above average. There are a number of rumors. Do you think they're all true?
정답이죠.
Most definitely. His classmate vouched for it, right?
그건
He was anonymous. We can't be certain of that.
아니고요.
He got expelled from the school. What else do you need? Video footage? We should have gotten rid of him during the preliminaries. What was Sungyun thinking? Wait, Hyesung hasn't even admitted to.
형,
Didn't you see how he treated me? Pushing me around like I'm his button man?
Okay, well, This was the one thing that could get me to turn on Hyesung. Being rude to service workers of some kind? Okay. True, Hyesung has acted that way, although the staff didn't work for the contestants. What he does here doesn't necessarily reflect his past behavior. For sure.
100%예요.
If you've seen one, you've seen them all. His actions speak for the rumors. How do you think the victims felt when they saw Hyesung on TV? He's a disgrace to the audition. We should have got rid of him a long time ago.
That's the thing with like idol bully discourse too, because everybody's always like, well, it was so long ago, so you know we should find it in ourselves to forgive them. And it's like, well, I believe that nobody is beyond changing, but also what does it do to people to see someone who frequently tormented them in a high position? It's probably pretty fucked up. We just don't live in the society where it's like, okay, they've changed and everything is good now. Because it's like, what does that mean to someone who was bullied to an inch of their life or whatever? You're making him sound like such a nerd. Well, he is one. He's mean and nasty and rude and nasty. He put our rapport down for no reason, so now he can deal with a nerd voice. What if his voice is deep as fuck? Could be, but it's not. When I'm deciding, it's not. So his voice sounds like this to me.
She found him earlier in the show, and he was a big success. Oh,
알잖아.
Yoo-hyuk looked hurt,
그치만요.
but his character was on fire. He aced the preliminaries and never missed the first place after advancing to the final.
아시겠어요?
He clearly took advantage of his backgrounds, right?
그래도
He didn't want it to be known though.
네.
Yeah, before it was known, he was just another contestant.
Seo briefly pondered but shook his head.
I hate it when he says he didn't want to be known.
Why is that?
A silver spoon acting like a normal person? It's very annoying, to be honest. Some contestants get up on stage without any leverage behind the scenes and end up getting eliminated.
It's giving the Megan Thee Stallion meme where it's like, hating nerds, it's racist. Oh, I love that interview. She was sitting at the lunch table and they were like, Megan Pete, what do you have to say about this? And she was like, hating nerds? It's kind of like, it's racist, right? Like, so true, Megan Thee Stallion. We love you. Megan Thee Stallion fought for Twitch. Like, Twitch would not exist without Megan. Thank you so much, Megan, for putting me here on this earth to play this game. Like, whoa. We love you. We stand with you. Do you think Yoo-hyuk, why did I just, okay,
Wanted to hide it forever? Or maybe he wanted to be exposed someday. Nobody knows but him.
그거야.
That's how Sungyeon's been treating the contestants all along. I'm sure she was planning on glorifying them at the end.
어?
glorifying?
네.
The viewers tend to get bored if you focused on one side only.
I gotta go to sleep. Good night, all. Thanks for the stream. Thank you so much for hanging out, Waddle. Sleep well. Have a good Friday. Have a good day today, tomorrow, whatever you want to say for this. And thank you for hanging out too. Take care.
It's like planting the seed for a slight twist. Surprisingly, there's another aspect to this. There's a reason for this, and so on. Everyone's unhappy at first, but in the end, they all contact Sungyeon first. The contestants prefer to be on TV no matter how they are portrayed because it's better than not being on TV at all.
그렇다니까요.
I could bet my money on it. I'm sure she had been drawing a big picture for him even before the final.
Alright, let's start gossiping about her mental health.
I heard the therapy was finished, but I'm still worried. Who knows when it's gonna get worse considering the current situation.
혹시
Do you think there's a way to help?
모르겠어요.
Well, I don't know much about panic attacks.
그래도
Still, there must be something we can...
아닌 것 같아.
Doyoon, if you didn't care about her before, just let her be. Only those who have cared have the right to get involved. I'm sure she knows what's best for her. Doyoon, you should just worry about yourself first.
He's just mean and nasty.
너무
You know
나빴어요.
what? I just can't agree with Megan in this scenario, because in this scenario, this nerd deserves to get bullied. Maybe not because he's a nerd, but just because he's nasty.
It was a dark chapter in her life. A cute girl group. It didn't suit her. Jooyoung should sing something slow and soothing.
You're a fan. You're a fan. You're sitting there with your light stick, with your cardboard sign, go Jooyoung, go. You're a fan. Maybe the agency had a different plan for her. It wasn't even the trend back then.
Oh, you're right.
그거야.
The debut concept is determined by the agency. Investors want their singer to perform in the way they want. They could always try a different concept if the previous one doesn't work.
그게
Do you think she got tired of it?
근데
Still, she made her debut, which means she performed on the stage as a professional singer. What about the fans, group members, and agency? She deserted them by abruptly leaving the group. No officials stepped forward to support her. I guess everyone disapproved of the incident.
See him speculating as if he doesn't know how things go. He's just a weirdo. Get a job? No, literally, like, please be serious. Please be so for real. Like, you know how these things go and you're still dogpiling on this poor innocent idol.
To be frank, she's an evil person. You've seen how she treats me, right?
Maybe he just has a victim complex. Like, he just wants to be the victim. Of course, I thought she was being too harsh.
네.
And some stupid contestants have joined in.
Say leered at Hyesung on the other side.
Well, that kind of contestant cannot survive anyway.
Seo had often been insulted by the producer and some of the contestants both privately and publicly. That's why he hates Hyesung.
그런 편이죠.
Still, I could learn a thing or two from her.
어?
Work or her personality?
아니죠.
Of course it's work. I have a weak will. I'm trying to be stronger, but I've still got a long way to go.
Will, huh? Seungyeon is the opposite, right? It's just that she's too extreme. Seungyeon was especially harsh on Seiyu. So Do-yoon was surprised when Seiyu said he could learn a thing or two from her.
도윤이 형.
You have to envision a tiger. You have to envision a tiger in order to at least draw a cat. Okay. What? What? You have to envision a tiger in order to at least draw a cat? I feel like if I want to draw a cat, I'm just gonna envision a cat. No? Am I wrong? Am I crazy?
I've already set my foot in this business. I'm going all the way.
In order to draw a cat, you have to at first envision a tiger? In order to draw whatever he said. I just don't agree. All the way? What do you mean?
That's a secret for now.
Okay, fuck you then. He's just saying shit. So true. Like, please be. I just don't. I don't agree. What about it? What do you want to know?
Huh?
Are you asking if I really did it? Hyesung looked away. Didn't you read it on Fader? Didn't you see the article posted by the victim?
그래.
I saw it. So what else do you want to know?
그래.
He's right. I was there. Don't look at me like that. What do you want me to say? I told you I was there. Hyesung was expelled from high school for assaulting a classmate. When confronted about his past, he was reluctant to share any details.
있잖아.
That's not the answer. I didn't ask you if you were there or not. I have nothing more to say. I wonder who brought up Ki-hyuk's family in the first place. Did you know from the beginning?
아니,
No, not at all. He's not the type to show it.
그래.
Right. He's so chic. But you know what? He must be torn up inside.
아닌 것 같아.
I don't know, I haven't checked.
헐씨고.
Do-yoon, it's so obvious. Ki-hyuk's the only son of Byung-hee Lee, the great singer. Of course he won't show off in front of us peasants.
그거야.
I didn't know you were on bad terms with Ki-hyuk.
나 참.
That's a weird thing to say. That's a weird thing to say. Does that even matter?
생각해봐.
We're all competing against one another, and Gi-hyuk is squashing us. We're nobody. If he puts up his family, we're done for. So true. We can't compete with Nepo babies. Nepo babies are taking all our jobs. Wow. Are you still talking about that? How can you be so soft with a mean-ass face like that? Damn! Oh my god? I thought this was a classy party. He just got my ass so good for no reason. Recently I was at a dinner, a lunch, whatever it was, and one of my friends was talking to another one of my friends, and they said, "Is the reason why you always seem so condescending because you have an overbite?" I was like, I'm gonna be so real. If someone says something like that to me, I'm killing myself. I'm killing myself. I know that I'm not supposed to say that, but like, if you say to me, is the reason why you're so condescending because of your overbites, I'm jumping. I'm jumping off the roof. The roof. Doyoon, survive and win. That's the end of the story, right? I would have cried. I would have done so much worse. Who the fuck? Like, I'm saying we can't just normalize that. Because if we normalize being mean to each other, I'm gonna be the loser. That's all that matters. Nobody will listen to a loser. Oh well, there you go. Misunderstanding? It's just a frame.
저기
Hyesung,
생각해봐.
take control of the frame. Get yourself out of the frame of the betrayer. Be a winner, not a betrayer. How clear is that? How is Jooyoung? It's hard at times, but it'll be okay. Wait, who said that? One of my friends. One of my friends said, to another one of my friends at lunch, dinner type thing. They were like, I forgot what they said. They were like, it just seems so condescending what you're saying to me. Maybe it's because you're an overbite. I was like, girl, what? What the fuck? You know, they were high as fuck. And they were like loopy off of their highness. But I'm still like, oh my god. If you say that to me, whew. We would have to fight. We would have to fight outside at least. If I'm not killing myself, I have to get at least 3 good hits in on you. Just so that we can move forward. Because there's just no way. There's just no way. There's no way that I can move forward. Do you think we can continue with the audition? What does that even mean? I won't be in last place anymore, no matter what it takes. I can't go up or drag others down.
그게
And is Jooyoung supposed to be one of those others? I came back to my senses after seeing how things were going in the vote. This is competition. We're not collaborating here. The weak fall. If I see an opportunity for points, I'll take them. Do you think this is the right time?
아이고.
Do you even know what's happening here? Doyoon, now is the time. Right now. Hyesung brought his fist to his lips and mumbled something. I'll manage something.
저기 그게
Did you see the footage of Jooyoung's stage performance from the past? The one from the internet? There were memes from everywhere. She was a laughingstock. Hyesung bit his lips and fell silent.
생각해봐.
This is how I see it. People made fun of her because she wasn't popular enough.
그렇다니까?
If the group had been popular, the response would have been totally different. People made fun of her for running away. If you get into show business, you must achieve popularity at any cost. That sounded like he was talking to himself. That's such an instructive incident. Sungyeon,
대체
we still haven't heard from her. Hyesung dropped his shoulders.
괜찮아?
Are you worried about her a lot? How about you? People are so cruel, talking about how she'll find a way to survive somehow. I wonder how ethical they have been in their life.
생각해봐.
We made it this far because of Sungyeon, right?
괜찮아.
Don't worry, all staff members seem to have escaped. We'll hear about Sungyeon soon. Hyesung stared at the dark wreckage without answering. Right? We have to. Oh, he has some type of intimate relationship with her. Hyesung and I are like the most unlikable people in the world. That's not true. I love you. I love you so much, Ina. Tell me about it.
그래도
Still, for him to hit other people, not even once or twice but continually,
말이 돼?
is he even capable of it? Is he a good fighter or is he rich? He's neither and he's weak, so how?
그거야.
Then the evidence appeared that showed he had been expelled from school. People believe it because Hyesung kept silent about it. Well, he hates burning his fingers. Maybe the reason he's keeping his mouth shut is
그럴까?
maybe he's trying to slip through it, thinking it's an unfavorable factor.
그래도
But he's too quiet. It's so unlike him. Even if I ask him, he won't say a word.
그렇잖아.
Do you think it was necessary for Gyu-hyuk to join the show? He could have made a debut with his father's support.
아무래도
I guess he wanted to prove himself without his background. Isn't that what he told us before?
그거는
I thought it was an exaggerated line written by B-stars. He's been having a difficult time ever since his father, Byung-hee Lee, was mentioned on the show.
진짜야?
Difficult? A father with a legacy to pass down, how great is that? I so envy him. The money, the silver spoon? Right? There's nothing to be mad at him for. Like, he really doesn't have anything to worry about. Why are you glaring at me like that? I wasn't criticizing him or anything. I like how Gyu-hyuk never acts like one of them spoiled brats though.
아니야?
If I were him, I would have let the whole world know. It's not something I should be ashamed of, right? I should rather be proud. True.
괜찮겠어?
Does it keep bothering you? It's understandable. No, it's just what? You look like you're about to cry. I'm not sure if I'm in a position to say this, but
그래도
you might feel that you've been wronged, but what's important is the present, right? The past is behind us and you're here. That's why they call you a betrayer.
그렇잖아?
It's like you gave up your reputation for advancing to the finals. Am I not right?
그래.
Yep.
들어봐봐.
If you want something, you must give up something. You can't have it all.
어쨌든
Well, it's still hard to follow even if I knew. I don't know if B-Stars played a trick or not since you're not telling me, but we try to see the present, at least among ourselves, right? If I start making mistakes like you, I'd probably explode out of frustration. She said, I'm not like you. Let's get one thing straight. You're different than me, and you're worse than me. Because if I was like you and I kept making all those mistakes, oh, I could never forgive myself. What happened to you? You never tell me either.
뭐야 진짜?
Never ask a girl about her past. I haven't heard that one. Actually. Forget what happened in the past and just focus on what's at hand. Is that advice coming from your experience? Just putting in my 2 cents. Winning some means discarding others, no pain, no gain. Even if she knows it, it's hard to put it into action. Square up if you understood, will ya? I wonder what it feels like to have a panic attack.
그게
I've read about them in an article.
그래.
Me too. It says that you feel like fainting. I guess that's why she almost fainted back then. They lashed out at her until she had a seizure. The staff did it on purpose.
말이 돼?
I thought they went nuts.
그랬지.
They were using her as the bait. Bait? She doesn't need any of that. She can shine without any of the complicated past.
그랬었는데
I thought they asked us to write about our health issues so they could be more careful about them. We didn't give them that info so they could take advantage of it. Jiying will be alright. She has me. She has us. Girls. Love them. I hate it when people talk about Jiying leaving the group. She's having such a difficult time.
맞아.
She seems determined, but to experience it is a whole different story. When she was in the group,
말하자면
everyone knew that she was the most enthusiastic member. Fans supported her for her diligence. Do-yoon nodded, glancing at Ju-young.
그랬었지.
The group gradually gained popularity. People said they'd hit it big soon. That's when she left. I wonder why. She disappeared and just sent a resignation letter.
만약에
If something came up when the show did a background check, they would have revealed it already.
안 와도
Maybe she was exhausted. Sometimes even the most enthusiastic people burn out. Ina squinted at Ju-young. It must have been hard for her to pluck out the courage to stand before the audience again.
그게
I heard most of the staff members made it out, so how come there's no news about the main producer? We would have known already if her safety had been confirmed.
그러니까
Exactly. Everyone knows her face, so it shouldn't have taken this long.
혹시
Are you worried about Sungyeon?
그래.
Yeah, she has to be okay. I don't really like her, but I don't want anything bad to happen to her either.
그래도
Despite all the incidents, she's the main producer of this show. She should be able to control and sort out this mess. Ina looked towards the other side of the darkness.
그래.
Yeah, seeing her in one piece would make me feel relieved. Oh,
맞아.
well. Right, I've never been so worried about Sungyeon. I don't know if she's gonna be in one piece. The way they're foreshadowing it so much, I'm like, this is not right, seriously. Jungmin.
글쎄.
Do you really think Yesung did such a thing? Well, I don't know him that well. It's not like I'm on good terms with him.
하지만
But still, he doesn't appear to be the type to use violence.
그게
I feel the same, but there's proof.
그런데
The show didn't make any official comment, right? Yesung's trying to push through without giving an explanation. We thought that would work at first. Yeah, the exposure itself seemed to fizzle out. But the tide turned when there was proof that showed he had really been expelled from school and that he had a criminal record. Or that kind of past was quite unprecedented in B-stars. Juyung fiddled with her long hair.
모르겠어.
But he asked the fans to vote for him on Fader. How would they respond?
글쎄요.
Well, we'll have to wait and see. Should we just sit by and watch?
확실히
I saw a photo of Byung-hee Lee when he was young. Gyuyuk looks just like him. I wonder what it feels like to have a great artist as your father. I've never been in his shoes, but it doesn't seem all that glamorous. I don't agree. They kept airing the footage, whether it embarrassed Gyuhyuk or not. Oh, it's so embarrassing to have a silver spoon in your mouth. Like, be so serious. Did he look embarrassed to you? Jiyoung looked toward Gyuhyuk.
그치만
At times, he looked a bit happy. But you're right, he seemed embarrassed when they played the footage dozens of
맞아.
times. It must be confusing. He had already passed away. There had been many attempts at digging up stories about his life.
일단은
But frankly, does it hurt to talk about his life? Some were provocative, but most of the stories treated him with respect, unlike how they've treated us. I guess it's up to Gyuhyuk whether to take advantage of it or not. She looks tired, you know, her gray eyes. It's just the color of her eyes. I agree, but if it were me, I would have taken full advantage of it. This pro-Nepo baby-ass game, like, this propaganda, they want us to play this game and then be like Hailey Bieber sympathizers. We don't have any of that.
아무래도
Does it still bother you?
들어봐.
You are not the only one that's been framed by Sungyeon. You'll have your chance after we survive this, to remove the misunderstanding. Jung stared at Do-yoon for a moment. He wasn't saying a word.
너는
What's your memory of your bands like? Is it good or bad? I remember it fondly.
그래도
I'd say it's a good memory. It was a difficult time, but we had good moments.
그러고 보니
How long did you stay with the band? It was around 4 to 5 years. You were pretty important. I know you wrote lots of songs.
아무래도
I was a founding member. I wrote the songs because no one else could.
내 생각엔
It wasn't that bad. Why are you trying to be so modest? I know you had a decent fan base. He was the band's frontman and wrote many of the songs. He also had quite the fan base outside of Masquerade's fans. Me too. I started out as a trainee and stayed in the group for 5 years until it was disbanded. Juyung replied. We went through thick and thin over those years. I hated them sometimes, but I couldn't imagine living without them. That went on for 5 years. I hope we both make it out of here in one piece, so we can reunite with our groups. When that time comes, I will... Yeah, let's get out of here in one piece. Yes, let's do that. Do-yoon played bass guitar in a quintet indie band with a small van bass. He joined the audition, but he was the only member to get past the preliminaries. So how do you betray them? How do you betray his band if he was the only one to get past the preliminaries? They should have been more talented. I'm fine so far. Although it seems to creep up sometimes.
알잖아요.
We still need time until the rescue team arrives.
알아.
I know. I need to suppress it. I should have taken some medication.
그건
You skip it before getting on stage. It's a jinx. It's like catching a cold. I thought I figured out a way to work with it, but under these circumstances, Juyung suffers from panic attacks. She takes medicine regularly, except when she's about to perform. Okay. Juyung nodded with a worried look on her face, and Do-yoon spoke to her again. It's difficult for everyone.
결국
We'll get out of here safely. Let's cheer up. Ooh. Yeah, thank you. See, they're talking about panic attacks, and the definition they have of panic attacks might be a little different from my definition of panic attacks. Because I feel like they're describing anxiety, kind of, which is not necessarily the same thing as panic attacks, but could be. Could be. Maybe. I don't know. I'll try, so you won't worry about me.
you talking about beloved? We were supposed to be loved, as the name suggests, but as a group we were rather bereaved than beloved. Jiyun gave an unnatural smile under the dim light.
난
I ended it. I left the group and disappeared on them. Everyone knows it.
그래도
But the Jooyoung that I know isn't.
아니
What other people know about me? Only know that much about me. Jooyoung Min, leader of the group Beloved, left right before their album was set to be released. She disappeared and only sent a resignation letter leading to the team and agency's downfall. What they say makes sense now, huh? About Jooyoung disappearing abruptly, I don't think it's true. I'll believe it if you want me to. I feel like this one, maybe? Her sexual ass moans, please. Yes, she's orgasming. She's coming and squirting and coming and squirting in the middle of this apocalypse scenario. I'll believe it if that's what you want. But I also believe that you had your own reasons.
그래
Yeah, that's good enough. Just like you must have had your own reasons. Just think of me that way. Reason. Doyoon tried to recall the memory from the past. Masquerade, a band created by 4 high school friends. After recruiting an ambitious vocalist, the 5 members carried on, brimming over with passion. But he and 3 high school friends started a band. At first they were mostly instrumental, but later recruited a vocalist. Do you regret having been a Beloved member?
모르겠어.
It's hard to explain.
괜찮아요?
You don't mind the show portraying you that way. Her leaving the group had been highlighted several times during the show. We've been through thick and thin. Jooyoung was the leader and best performer of the girl group Beloved, but she was harshly criticized for leaving the team without first discussing it with the group. She has bittersweet feelings about those days. They're all precious memories, and I didn't like it when they were distorted in the show. Girl group led by Jooyoung. They made their debut years ago, but never gained much popularity. As soon as she left the group and its agency went under. We still haven't heard the news about Sungyeon. Do you think she's alright?
아마도
I heard the staff made it out safely. I'm sure she escaped too. Yeah, she'll do whatever it takes to survive. That's what she's been doing so far, right? Jooyoung stared at the dark stage and nodded.
아니
No, I really hope she's alright. I want her to resolve this crisis with that usual look on her face. That's what she'll probably do. No, she has to.
네.
We should be able to hear about her if we keep checking Fader. Yeah, we'll hear the news that she's safe. That's it? Where are the rest of the clues then? What the fuck? Here? Here. No, I got that one. I got all of these. Okay, no. They're not here. Social media. I have to get a clue from somewhere, but I don't know where. Auto write. Change.
자동 쓰기 내용을 바꿔. 한도윤입니다.
Okay. We changed the bot setting. Do I have to? Oh, there's another tab. Okay. No, it doesn't matter. It's not anywhere in this tab. I'm so confused. What am I looking for? Nepo baby on top. Fuck. I need Jooyoung to beat his ass. And I can't talk to anyone else. What's this? Oh, we can reply to things. I'll share his post. To be honest, like... That didn't give me a clue either. Fuck. Oh, here. We have stuff for Ina too. Damn, there's a lot of text in this game. Okay.
어쨌든
Ina was portrayed in a single particular image in the show.
알잖아.
People had no choice to believe what they saw. Broadcasting is the art of editing. They edit the footage with a certain intent. There's no way of shaking off that image.
그게
Sometimes Ina seemed to create that image for herself on purpose. You tend to appear more on TV if you comply with the production crew's demands. Feeling hurt by the character yet also playing it up, do you think that's acceptable? Doyoon, you can understand, right? We're all playing someone else. I know. It's painful, but we fabricate the image that they want in a decisive moment.
뭐랄까.
It's getting worse. It's not unusual for them to be digging into private matters, but
그래도
that was done by the production crew. This is different.
그러니까
And the media was too hasty to cover it as is. The two of them slowly nodded. Did they even care about the source? Ina wasn't really herself. It's a private matter. It's up to her to open it or not. Do you really think she won't report it? Her past hasn't been exposed as much as other contestants.
그래서
Some say that's the reason the stalker is acting up more. Why would he want to dig it up when she doesn't want it to be exposed?
아니죠.
It's all a misunderstanding.
사실은
Ina is so kind and diligent.
아무래도
One can be portrayed differently depending on how the footage was edited.
그거야.
Seungyeon was known for her ill-intentioned editing. Ina's fancy looks didn't help either.
그럴지도.
I think Ina wants to go along with her character,
그렇다고 볼 수 있죠.
That's why she's a pro.
그래도
but I'm nervous. How long will I be able to maintain the character created based on the misunderstanding?
하지만요.
You must endure it, just like Ina is doing. Even if you're not a charming person, you can appeal to some people based on your attention-grabbing, twisted ego.
그렇다는 건
Better to have individuality than not, and there's no such thing as bad publicity. You all need to play your parts. Except for a natural bully like Yesung. You already know about this, right? Seungyeon made you out to be a betrayer.
그 말은
Once you're given the role, you have to play the part. Doesn't matter who you really are.
사실은
Similar things happened in previous seasons.
어?
What happens?
그거야.
Nothing that serious happens, they just disappeared. They stalk when the contestant is on fire, but disappear when that fire dies out.
Ina's having a hard time. I think she's pondering whether to report him or not.
도윤이 형.
What do you think she should do?
글쎄.
The staff said they would only investigate if Ina requested it.
그랬었지.
She's having a tough time but didn't request an investigation. The two were lost in thought for a moment.
그럴지도.
I guess it's like a shadow. Ina is a glowing person. When things glow, they create shadows. Ah,
Glow or not, she's still a person.
알잖아.
Unwanted interest is like violence.
네?
You sound like you've never been on the stage before. Once you are on the show, you can't be picky about people's interest.
This is why Ina is so funny.
맞지?
She came to the show and followed instructions so that she could get popular. End of story, right? Being called names was such a big deal. I would have killed myself over a dozen times. Seiil is so fine, you're crazy, Spoon Digest. There's so many characters who are I'm like, oh, they're kind of okay looking. Seiil is not one of them. It's because that's not what she really is.
아니지.
It is her. What is real and what is fake? I don't like that kind of self-preservation.
알겠어?
I don't care what other people call me as long as they accept me for it. And if it's possible, I want more people to accept me. Sad. Melon G cry. I'm so sorry. I did not mean to say that. You're entitled to your taste. If you think the nerd is fine, that's valid. That's a valid part of life. We all have different tastes, and attractivity is subjective, right? So true. Seiyo, it's so fine. That is your truth. Don't let anybody tell you that's not your truth, because it is your truth. I'll just prove myself and try instead of trying to figure out what's real and not.
그게
We all have different mindsets.
참.
If she really wants to advertise herself, she should put herself out there. What did she do when all of our pasts were being exposed, huh?
뭐야?
Staff must have done background checks on Inha too. I guess they left her alone because nothing came up. And she should thank the show for giving her the character. Shoo, I'm gonna run to sleep now. Sad face? Don't sad face. Thank you so much for hanging out. Like, there's no pressure to hang out. Sometimes I feel bad because I'm like, maybe Josh Bushy Brows feels like he has to hang out because I'm a Josh Bushy Brows chatter. Like, it doesn't have to be reciprocal. You know, you don't have to hang out in my stream just because I hang out in your stream. I hang out in your stream because I enjoy it. So, sleep well. Thank you for hanging out for however long, or if this is the last time I see you ever. I appreciate it regardless. Haesung looks like the girl from Arcane. So true. This is bye. And take care and have a good Friday. Friday? Today is Friday? Yeah, have a good Friday. Your Friday will be so good, and enjoy your weekend if I don't see you again. She signed the contract and she signed the contract and went along with the show. So why is she crying about it now? Follow? Thank you so much, Bushy Bot, for following. Oh, so true. Yeah, thank you. So close to affiliate. Only 7 more followers or something. I don't know. Yes, it's Friday. So true, Spoon Digest. What a loony, huh? But why Inha? He's got no taste. Thank you so much, Heyo Radio, for following. When Twitch bans me, when Twitch gets my ass for being like, there seem to be some bots on the loose, but I really appreciate the follow. Let's get that affiliate. Haha, so true. So true, Heyo Radio. We need the people to follow. Yeah, we need the people to follow the account, but we need the audience to follow. It's Friday. Gotta get down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend. That's not the issue. It's a crime. Ina is having a hard time. There you go again. Dang, it's still Thursday here, lol. So true, bestie. Enjoy your Thursday. What time zone is it still Thursday in? Hawaiian? I don't know what time zone Hawaiian is, but somewhere in that region, I think. It's better than when she was nameless, right? It's proof that she's gaining popularity. ... Hey, it's not that simple. Doyun, I have some fans too. Fans that are obsessed with everything I do or say. They even threaten to kill me. They have no filtering system in their heads.
그렇다니까?
But I think it's all love. That's what I don't like about Inha. She acts all cool in front of people, but in reality she's so sensitive.
그거야.
I live in Hawaii? Yeah, haha. Oh my god. See, I thought one of my friends just followed me from an alt account. I thought you were also an alt account, but hello, welcome. Thank you for coming from Hawaii. What's the main, what's your favorite Hawaiian food? I'll say. Favorite Hawaiian food, what would you recommend? No, I'm my own person. So sorry. I see that now. Your beauty, your individuality, it radiates through the screen. I was blind. I was a fool. The cool character was fabricated by the show. Doyun, you need potatoes to make french fries. You can't prepare the food without the ingredients. But she's still in third place. I'm so jealous of her. Yasun glared at Ina. If she's so afraid and offended, she should just quit. Okay, sure. A snob? Who's a snob on Fader?
알잖아.
It's the right word.
Yeah.
Who cares if it's right or not? It's just a comment on Fader. Oh, Lala? What is that? Can you describe it in some way? I've never had it before, but it sounds good. just based on the what's the word? The amount of vowels. Steamed pork wrapped in tea leaves, essentially. Oh, that sounds so good. Do you eat it for breakfast, lunch, dinner, anytime? What's the occasion, would you say? Ina let out a deep sigh.
그게
That's the role I was given in this show. Then they should have created the related scenes.
괜찮아?
Does that make everything okay? What's wrong with that? That will distort your real personality when you are just following the script of the show. Maybe this? I don't know. We're gonna lose rapport. This is definitely the wrong option. As soon as I pick that, I'm like, rapport is going down.
괜찮아?
As if you're a completely different person. Are you still okay with that? What if I'm not?
아니야?
If I go, I'm not this kind of person. Would people just believe me? If I go, Doyoon is not a betrayer, would people believe me?
그게
Good point.
그게
I'm sorry. I was just trying to come up with an example.
어쨌든
All scenes that don't agree with the script get edited out. Then we should continue to take the bull by the horns. Her selfish and arrogant behaviors were often criticized, but she's trying to face the criticism head on. Don't you think it's better to get more screen time? Most of the time the show was unscripted, but the general outline of characteristics for each contestant had already been built up for the show. That's how I know reality TV to work kinda too. Like, it's not scripted, but they have some type of like idea of what is going on, what their actors and agents do. It's been so chaotic that I forgot about it.
그랬었지.
Is it still happening?
그래.
Yeah, and it's happening more often. Oh my god. The photo of Ina taken outside the stage was being circulated online. Soon, a letter to the production crew arrived from the person claiming to have taken the photo. Lunch or dinner works, I see. Have you had it recently? When was the last time you had Lao Lao? You need to get on that if you haven't. Listen to your body. Practice intuitive eating. I didn't actually see it, but they're still receiving it. He would say that he loves me, but then suddenly get angry and threaten to kill me. He begs me to tell him about my past, but then says I must have been promiscuous when I try to hide it. A snob who doesn't care about anyone but herself.
해보자.
Ina, let's call the police.
Yeah.
I thought we need to get out of here first.
그래.
Yeah, we'll call the police as soon as we get out of here. Staff discouraged her from doing it. Is there anything else you're worried about?
혹시
Does something bother you?
네.
Why? Is that how you feel about me? I feel like you're reluctant to call the police.
그게
Actually, I've already called the police.
그러면
Oh, really? And then they called the staff to find out what happens. That's the end of it. What can I do? Everyone's telling me to suck it up because I'm a celebrity. Then how could I raise hell even though I was nervous and angry? She feels great anger and anxiety at the thought of someone stalking her. Staff told her that a celebrity has to put up with the side effects of stardom.
말이 돼?
Couldn't just tear up the contract and tell the world about it. Couldn't complain all I want about getting ripped off, but at the end of the day, I'm the one who signed the contract. I need to accept it. The show only talked about Ina's present. In other words, she was portrayed as a character that appeared out of nowhere. It was different from previous methods where they focused on contestants' pasts and stories. Why can't they be satisfied with who I am right now? Why are they so curious about my past? According to this contract, contestants shouldn't object to background checks and edits. They all signed it without enough explanation. Wow, we were at that section for like a full hour. We had a lot of text to read. Sanity worsens, but rapport approved with everyone. Slade. My social game, like, I'm winning the show. Hyesung grinned cynically as he raised his head.
뭐야?
Ina.
오야, 너도 글 썼네?
You wrote a post too. Props to you for all that reading. Thank you so much. I'm getting my brain activity in, because, you know, this brain would rust over if I did not use it. What?
그렇게 눈알에
You
힘
mocked
주더니
me when
뭐야?
I did it, but now look at you. I didn't. What are you talking about?
물론 그러시겠지.
Oh, you didn't?
전혀
Putting on
모르는
that innocent
척하면서
face is not gonna work on me.
솔직하지?
See, I wasn't the only one using Fada. Ina opened her mouth.
아 설마
Don't tell me.
이 똥망청아!
You moron.
크게 올라간 거잖아.
It was posted by AutoWrite.
진전.
Damn it. How come the town's set up all differently? Yasung has been obsessed with Vader and accusing others. If this continues, no one knows what's gonna happen next. It's a provocative Hyesung who relies too much on Vader. Bring up something to give him advice. Oh, fuck. Do I have to bring up, like, this is the only one that really makes sense, I think, because it's the only one to do with him.
홈로 떴을 때를 생각해.
Hyesung, you remember when your past actions were revealed.
당장 페이트를
Of course,
날리면
you'll gain
당연히
attention by
중국을
posting
가질
things
수
on
있어.
Feta, but you could also face public criticism big time, like when your past was revealed. The timeline response is already split into two.
진정하고
Why don't you calm down and cool off a bit? Hyesung's shoulders sagged as he tried to calm himself down.
오뎅 꽂히세요?
Well,
중심을 뚫으시게.
sick burn. Hyesung stopped his provocation, but the mood was depressing. Autosave checkpoint. Seigo broke the silence. Wait,
잠깐만요. 주영 씨.
where's Juyoung? Juyoung was not there with them. No, not Juyoung. Fuck, I don't want Juyoung to die. Juyoung is one of my faves. Did anyone see her?
대체 언제?
But when?
위험할 수도
It could be
있어.
dangerous. Shrieking. Juyoung!
저기 저쪽이야.
Over there! Everyone ran toward the source of the sounds. Cutscene? 3D modeling? Oh, she died for real. Oh, not Juyoung. She was one of my faves. No one could even speak. It was someone familiar to all of them.
피디님.
Sungyeon. Okay, it's not Juyoung. We won. We beat the allegations. To be continued. Current ranking. Hyesung, Doyoon, Ina, Juyoung, Hyuk. Sanity report status. Sanity low, normal, trusted, 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 normal. Okay. The shock gradually subsided. The after effects still lingered. Doyoon could only stare at the body vacantly. Sungyeon Chin, the show's chief producer, she said everything was part of the show. She asserted that only the survivor gets to have it all. But she was gone. She couldn't have imagined this kind of end. Her body was found near a corner of the collapse stage. The famed producer's brilliant career was gone in a flash. Doyoon tried to suppress his emotions running amok. He moved his parched lips to speak.
피디님.
Let's tell the rescue team about Sungyeon. 11:55, confusion.
실종으로
They should be assuming that she's gone missing.
전화해보자.
Let's make a call. Seiyu flinched and turned around to look at Doyoon.
저 피디님부터 좀
Shouldn't we move her body first? Her legs are stuck. We can't move her unless we get rid of the debris.
구조대 전화했어.
Hold on, I'm calling the rescue team.
안 받아.
They're not answering. What's going on? Juyoung interrupted.
내가 베스트
I'll try to contract the B-Star staffs.
잘했어.
It went through. Everyone held their breath at the sound of the faint ringtone.
시신을 살펴봐달라고요?
You want us to examine the body? Looking startled, everyone raised their heads.
우리가요?
Do what?
추정 사인.
They're saying it's to record the cause of her death.
그걸 왜 제작진이네요?
Why would the production crew deal with that?
연락이 또 안 될 수 있어서.
They're gonna deliver the message to the rescue team in case we lose contact
우리가 무슨
again.
감식반이야?
What are we, a forensics team?
우리야.
This is just too much. Everyone stared at each other with perplexed
그건
expressions.
나도 알고 있어.
I know that.
따를 필요가.
Do we have to follow their request? No, obviously not. Do whatever you want to
못하겠다고
do.
하자. 이건 너무해.
Let's just tell them we can't do it. This is too harsh.
그래. 저쪽 말 다 들어.
Yes, we don't have to listen to everything they tell us to do.
그치만 더 무너지면 시신은 아예
But if the building collapses any further, the corpse will be completely,
쳐버리고 말겠죠.
probably completely buried. I lost rapport with her for some reason. We can't let that happen. I know Sungyeon wasn't a good person, but her family deserves to know what happened to her. We can't let her get buried like this.
What are they gonna do? Like, she got crushed by rubble. They're gonna go up to her body and be like, well, yes, she got crushed by rubble. It seems the cause of death was the rubble that fell on her. Okay? Why'd they have to, like, go up to her? The uncanny strength in Jooyoung's voice seemed to convince everyone. Everyone agreed to check out Sungyeon's corpse. Okay, manipulation, peer pressure.
조사해서 알려주면 되는
So
거죠.
we just have to examine her condition and report back. Yasung began to roll up his sleeves.
나도 도울게.
I'll help out.
형 새가
You don't have the
쏘잖아.
guts to do this. Can you even look at her? Despite the strong words, Yasung's hands were trembling as well.
나도 뭔가 도울 게
Tell me if you
있으면
need
말해줘.
any help.
Ina held her hands to her chest and wriggled her fingers. Seo took a step forward but immediately turned away.
다른 사람들까지.
There's no need for everyone to overexert themselves. I'll help too. The rest of you just stand back. Doyoon squeezed himself out of the crowd and stood before Sungyeon's body. He took a deep breath. Let's begin. Investigation started. You can investigate a certain place or an object to get a clue keyword. If you investigate all areas, it will automatically end. Okay. The gruesome abrasion on her caught my eyes.
도윤아, 괜찮겠어?
Doyoon, will you be alright? Gyu-hyuk placed his arm around Doyoon to comfort him.
앞장서더니 뭐해?
Come on, I thought you could deal with this. Yasung tried to suppress his voice from trembling. Doyoon looked back at her. The top of her head had been crushed. It was a significant wound. This was undoubtedly the cause of her death.
고개를 들고 있다가
Did she get hit by a debris
파편에 맞은 건가?
while holding her head up?
자네
A
많이
lot of debris
떨어졌으니까
did fall from
이
above,
정도 상처면
but it couldn't have been just a debris to cause such a terrible damage. The top of her head had been severely wounded. It must have been the fatal injury and the cause of her death. The corpse was lying inches away from the collapsed frames and concrete debris. Her entire body would have been buried if it was lying slightly closer.
파편 같은 게
There's
깔려 있어.
debris underneath her. A pile of debris from the collapse was sitting underneath her body.
등 쪽은
Her back is clean. Oddly, there was no debris on top of her body. His gaze stopped at the bloodstain on her hands.
저기도 상처가 있어.
Another wound. There's a pile of debris underneath her body, but nothing much on her body. She's barefoot? Her legs were stuck under the collapsed steel frames. Doyoon looked back at her. There is only a narrow gap between the floor and the frames. Her legs were also snapped at an unnatural angle. Her trousers were stretched out as if they had been pulled on.
다른 것처럼
It's as if they were
무거워서.
worn out.
빠져나오려고 하셨던
She
거겠지.
must have struggled to get out.
이걸 치울 수는 없을까?
Could we get rid of these debris? The three of them tried to lift the steel frames.
안 되겠어.
No, it's way too heavy. Her legs were caught between a steel frame and the ground. The torn part of her pants indicate that she struggled hard to get out. Doyoon examined her hands.
손등에
The back of her hands was badly wounded. It's not as bad as the one on her head, though. Did she get hit by a fallen debris? It looked like the wound was caused by being struck or crushed by something. This was definitely a horrible sight to witness. The palm of her hands was clean, but there were wounds on the back of her hands as if it were struck or crushed by something. A large piece of concrete debris. There's blood splattered over it. This is clearly the debris that killed Sungyeon. If something like this fell on her head, Hyesung groaned as he mumbled out a few words. They found a large piece of concrete with blood on it near her head.
여기까지인 것 같아.
I think we're done here.
연락 해줘야겠지.
We'd better call the rescue team. Hyesung let out a deep sigh. Damn.
누나,
That's rough. They killed someone so early in this game. Jooyoung, can you make the call?
바로 확인해볼게.
I'll get right on it. Those who were standing back focused on their own watches.
혹시
Is the call not going through?
잘안 되는 것 같아.
It's not working. Give me a sec.
신호 끊어지는 것 같은데.
Are we still pretty early in? We are. We're probably like, well, I started playing right when I started streaming, so 3 hours-ish in. Basically all that's happened so far is we're all on an idol competition show, like American Idol type vibes, and then the stage collapsed, so everybody is like dealing with the trauma of being like, we're buried alive. The network signal is pretty bad. It might be worse because there are so many people. It's still a mess as well, and they said the signal is cutting in and out. We're surrounded by all sorts of reporters, rescue teams, and bystanders.
여기서 몰라도
I didn't realize there were so many people outside.
이게 구경거리라는 거야?
Is this supposed to be entertaining for them?
어쩌면.
Yeah, perhaps.
According to the rescue team, the outside seems to be bustling with reporters and bystanders. Frowning, Jooyoung lowered her watch.
연락 안
I
돼.
can't get through. Can someone else try? Nobody, including Do-yoon, could make the call.
전화 우리끼리만 되는 것 같은데요.
We can only make calls to each other.
이것은 의미가 없어.
That's pointless.
이딴 짓을 시키고서
How could they ignore our calls after making us do something like this?
프로 알리면
What if I post this on Fader?
데이터에 환장했냐?
Are you obsessed with Vader?
PD님 돌아가셨다.
Why don't you just make a public announcement about Sungyeon's death?
그럼 넌 무슨
Do you have any better ideas?
진정해.
Relax. There's no need for us to make contact immediately.
나중에 다시 해봐도 될 거야.
Should be fine to tell them later.
연락될 때 전해주면
Yeah,
되죠.
we'll just let them know when we can.
그치만 PD님을
But-
여기
Still, we can't just leave her here. There was a loud boom, and the whole place began to shake. Ah! Head! Everyone, cover your head!
저기나 시켜.
Do-yoon, duck! An ominous noise screeched out from the bent steel beams. All sorts of debris rolled across the floor. Soon the tremor gradually began to subside. Jung brushed off the dirt from her hair and clothes. Is it over?
더 무너지는 건
I hope
아니겠죠?
nothing else collapses.
You okay, Jooyoung?
참아보고 있어.
I'm trying to keep myself together. Inha patted Jooyoung on her shoulder.
무대 아래는 위험해.
It's dangerous to stay underneath the stage.
구조대한테는
We'll
연락될
contact the
때
rescue
얘기하고.
team when we can. Right now, we should head up to the stage. But Ina, we can't just leave her like
네
this.
생각만 하냐?
How selfish are you?
I'm saying this for all of our safety, you idiot.
Fuck, they're making me pick between Hyesung and Inha? But I like both of them. Before I'm anything else, I am a woman enabler. Like, I'm gay, but I was put on this earth to defend women. I support women's rights, I support women's wrongs. Let's get on that fucking stage. We'd better get back to the stage.
이대로 가버리잔 말이야.
You wanna just leave it like this?
난
I'm
도윤이 말에 찬성.
with Do-yoon.
여긴 너무
It's too
캄캄해.
dark down here.
자네라도 떨어져.
Something falls, we won't even be able to see it. Everyone held their breaths at the creaking of the steel frames.
생각이 갈릴 만한 얘기란 건
I know
아니지만
some of you might disagree, but
조명이라도 비치는
I think it will be
물이
best to
오는
head up to the stage where it's brighter.
맞아.
Yeah, we won't be able to tell if there are any more debris falling down here.
PD님처럼
Then we might end up like Sungyeon.
어쩔 수 없는.
I guess we have no other choice. The group reluctantly headed up to the stage.
연락은 가서 계속 해보자.
Let's keep trying to contact the rescue team.
구조대가 오면 다 끝나요.
Everything will be fine once the rescue team arrives.
남은 시간 동안
We need to stay strong. We need to stay strong until they arrive. Deep down, Do-yoon couldn't agree more. However, sense of oddity during the inspection of the corpse. This mysterious feeling of oddity never went away. Okay. That will be all I do for... Okay. Thank you so much, everybody who came, who hung out. Waddle, Bushy Brows, Spoon Digest, Sonic, FNAF, whatever, 8287, and Heyo Radio. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for following. I hope your Friday and your weekends are so good. I so appreciate you coming. And eat some good Lao Lao. Eat some good food, if not that. I'll see y'all when I see y'all. You know, I don't have any type of set schedule, but we do a little bit of vibing whenever it is. I'll see y'all. And that's all. Oh wait, no, I have to raid someone. I raid someone every time. Let me look in the gay tab. Let me look in LGBT. See, I always like look too hard, but everybody is deserving of views. Like all these people I'm looking at, they're great streamers. Like it'll be good. Okay, I found someone. Maybe? I don't know if this person has a microphone, but Shoofleas, is that Ning Ning of Esper? It sure is. And Esper coming out very soon. Come back soon. OMG, no. What? Espa's, I think their comeback is like salty sour or something like that, but it's coming soon. That's how I found you, going through the gay tag. So happy to have you here. Wow, I knew putting that gay tab was for a reason. Are you ending? I am. I'm raiding someone. Join the raid. Oh, wait, my thing is fucked up. I'm not here. I have to log in again on Streamlabs. That password is incorrect. Oh my god. This is so botched. This is so awful. Oh, they're making me do an email verification. That's so crazy. Like, wow. I tried to raid someone. They said, no, you will sign into your account instead. Okay, sure. Okay, am I... Okay, I did it. Okay, thank you so much, everybody who came. Thank you, Spoon Digest. Thank you, Heyo Radio, for being here at the end. And everybody else who came. And Bushy Bot, the Bushy Robot, for following. Like, okay. We do a little bit of artificially inflating my follower count, but who cares? It is what it is. And that's all. Goodbye. Good night. Have a good weekend. Have a good Friday. Have a good whatever. It was lovely to meet you. You too. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope to see you again sometime, somewhere, in some part of the world. And that's all. Bye.